Your mind is more powerful than you realize, and what you do before sleep can shape every part of your life. Imagine waking up with more focus, confidence, and clarity without having to force yourself or struggle to change. This audiobook will show you how to use your sleep time to train your thoughts, strengthen your habits, and guide your actions in ways that transform your daily reality. Each night is an opportunity to shape your mindset, program your subconscious, and prepare yourself for success. You will learn simple routines that you can follow before sleep to reinforce confidence, build discipline, release negativity, and focus on what truly matters. These are practical steps you can apply immediately without complicated techniques or special tools. We will explore how to create affirmations that support your goals, practice gratitude to boost positive emotions, and use your subconscious to attract better opportunities. You will discover ways to strengthen your resilience, clarify your focus, and improve your self-image, all while you rest. Each method is designed to work naturally with your mind, so transformation happens even when you are asleep. By following these techniques consistently, you will notice real changes in how you think, act, and respond to challenges. You will wake up feeling more centered, energized, and motivated, and over time, your daily actions will begin to reflect the person you want to become. This audiobook is not about quick fixes or unrealistic promises. It is about practical guidance that helps you build lasting habits, increase self-discipline, and create a life where your goals and actions align effortlessly. Every chapter gives you actionable steps, real-life applications, and motivational encouragement that you can use immediately to improve your life. Stay with this audiobook and commit to applying these ideas. By using your sleep to guide your mind, you can unlock a process of continuous improvement that supports your growth, peace, and success. Your reality can change, and it can happen naturally, step by step, night by night. Chapter 1. Build nightly affirmations that shape your morning mindset. When you begin to understand the power of the mind, you also begin to see how much of your life is directed by thoughts you may not even notice. The quiet dialogue that runs in the background, the words you repeat without awareness, and the beliefs you carry into each day all play a role in shaping the reality you experience. Nighttime is one of the most overlooked yet powerful opportunities for creating change. While your body rests, your mind continues to absorb, process, and store information. By choosing the right affirmations before sleep, you can direct that process and shape the mindset that will greet you each morning. This is not magic, it is discipline. It is about training your inner world so that your daily life reflects greater strength, clarity, and peace. Affirmations are simple, clear statements of truth that you choose to feed into your subconscious. They are not vague wishes, they are commitments to who you want to be and how you want to live. If you go to sleep filled with worry, resentment, or negativity, those feelings often linger into the morning. They affect your mood, your focus, and even your willingness to take action. But if you feed your mind with purposeful affirmations, you plant seeds that grow overnight and prepare you to wake with direction and strength. The quality of your nights shapes the quality of your mornings, and the quality of your mornings shapes the quality of your life. The first insight is that your morning mindset does not begin when you open your eyes. It begins the night before. Too many people underestimate this connection. They drag yesterday's frustrations into their rest, only to wake already burdened. This cycle repeats, and they begin to wonder why change feels so difficult. But once you recognize the link between night and morning, you see that each evening gives you a chance to reset, a chance to clear out what no longer serves you and replace it with what will support your growth. To build nightly affirmations, you must first decide which part of your life you want to strengthen. Affirmations are most effective when they are precise. Telling yourself "I want to be better" is too vague. What does better mean? Better at staying calm, better at making decisions, better at maintaining health. Identify what matters most right now, and then shape affirmations that speak directly to it. For example, if you struggle with self-doubt, an affirmation like "I am capable of handling every challenge that comes my way" becomes a daily anchor. If you are working on health, an affirmation like "I choose actions that strengthen my body and energy" sets the tone. The words you choose should be stated in the present tense. This is important because your subconscious does not respond to distant promises. It responds to what you declare as real now. Saying "I will be confident" keeps confidence always in the future, never in the present. Saying "I am confident" allows the mind to accept and internalize the state as real. At first, you may not fully believe it. That is normal. But repetition with intention begins to reshape your internal dialogue until the belief takes root. The next key is consistency. One night of affirmations will not create transformation. Change is built through repetition. Just as a single workout does not make you strong, a single affirmation does not rewire your thinking. Commit to making affirmations a nightly ritual, as natural as brushing your teeth. Over time, they will become part of your mental foundation, shaping how you think, act, and respond. To make this practical, choose 3 to 5 affirmations that directly support the areas of growth you want most. Write them down clearly and keep them by your bedside. Each night before you sleep, speak them aloud slowly. Feel the weight of the words as you say them. Pause between each statement, allowing your mind to absorb the meaning. Do not rush through them. The quality of your attention is more important than the quantity of words. If your mind is restless at night, start with a short breathing exercise to quiet your thoughts. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale slowly. Do this a few times until you feel your body relax. Then begin your affirmations. The calm state makes your subconscious more receptive. You are not just saying words, you are shaping the mental soil in which your thoughts will grow. Imagine 2 different mornings. In the first, you wake feeling anxious because you fell asleep worrying about unfinished tasks and replaying mistakes. You get out of bed already weighed down. In the second, you wake after spending the night feeding your mind affirmations of strength, clarity, and gratitude. You open your eyes with a sense of direction. Both mornings involve the same person, but the difference lies in what was planted the night before. This is why nightly affirmations matter. As you practice this, you will notice subtle shifts. You may begin to respond to difficulties with more calm. You may feel less resistance toward daily responsibilities. You may even find that new opportunities appear more visible because your mind is trained to look for them. None of this is coincidence. It is the natural result of consistent mental training. Skepticism often arises when people try affirmations but expect instant results. They declare a phrase once and expect their entire life to transform. When it does not, they dismiss the practice. This impatience is a barrier. Growth is not immediate, but it is inevitable when you persist. The discipline of repeating affirmations every night builds an inner strength that eventually becomes unshakable. One powerful way to deepen this practice is to pair your affirmations with visualization. As you say each affirmation, picture yourself living it out. If you affirm confidence, see yourself speaking clearly in a meeting. If you affirm health, imagine yourself enjoying a strong body. This combination of words and images impresses your subconscious more deeply. It makes the affirmation feel real, which accelerates its effect on your daily mindset. You may also experiment with recording your affirmations and playing them softly as you fall asleep. Hearing your own voice affirming your values reinforces them even more. The subconscious absorbs sound even during rest, so you are feeding your mind while it is most open. This is not about filling your sleep with noise. Keep it simple and soothing. The purpose is to guide your mind toward growth rather than leave it vulnerable to random thoughts or worries. Consistency also requires adjustment. As you grow, your needs and goals will shift. The affirmations that serve you today may not serve you 6 months from now. Be willing to update them. Think of affirmations as living tools, not fixed sentences. Revisit them regularly and ask if they still align with the person you are becoming. This keeps your practice fresh and relevant. Another practical step is to connect your affirmations to action. Saying, "I am disciplined," must be followed by daily acts of discipline. Otherwise, the words lose weight. Each affirmation should inspire behavior. If you affirm resilience, then when difficulty arises, remind yourself of your nightly statement and choose to act in line with it. This alignment between word and actions strengthens your integrity and builds lasting change. It is also helpful to keep a journal by your bed. After speaking your affirmations, write down one way you lived them out during the day or one way you plan to live them tomorrow. This reinforces the connection between your nightly practice and your daily life. It also allows you to track your progress and see how consistent effort produces real results. Emotional connection is equally important. Do not repeat your affirmations mechanically. Speak them with conviction. Feel the truth in them, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. The energy you bring to the practice influences how deeply it takes root. Affirmations are not empty words. They are declarations of the life you are building. From a Stoic perspective, affirmations are a way of aligning your mind with reason, discipline, and virtue. They are not about wishing for an easy life, but about preparing yourself to face life with strength. When you affirm courage, you are not asking for challenges to disappear. You are training yourself to meet them with calm resolve. When you affirm gratitude, you are not pretending every circumstance is ideal. You are choosing to recognize what is within your control and appreciate it fully. This distinction matters because it grounds affirmations in reality rather than illusion. In time, the practice of nightly affirmations will shift how you see yourself. You will begin to believe in your own capacity to grow, to endure, and to create. This belief fuels action, and action transforms your life. Each morning becomes a reflection of the seeds you planted the night before. By shaping your mindset nightly, you no longer wake as a victim of circumstance, you wake as the author of your day. This process requires patience, but patience is part of growth. The fact that change is gradual makes it meaningful. Each night you affirm, you are proving to yourself that you are committed to improvement. Each morning you rise with greater clarity, you see the reward of that commitment. Over time, this becomes a way of life. So begin with 3 to 5 affirmations that speak to your current priorities. Commit to repeating them nightly with presence and conviction. Pair them with visualization. Connect them to daily action and adjust them as you grow. This practice may seem simple, but its effects are profound. The words you choose shape your mornings, and your mornings shape your life. By building nightly affirmations, you are training your mind to rise each day with purpose and strength. You have the power to direct your thoughts rather than be directed by them. You have the discipline to choose growth over stagnation. And you have the wisdom to see that small nightly practices lead to great transformation. Affirmations are not a shortcut, they are a foundation. When you build them consistently, you build yourself. And when you build yourself, you create a life that reflects your highest values. The first step to change begins tonight. Speak your affirmations with clarity. Repeat them with conviction. Carry them into your sleep, and you will wake with a mind prepared to live fully. Your mornings will no longer be shaped by accident. They will be shaped by choice. This choice, made nightly, becomes the quiet force that transforms your entire life. Chapter 2. Create a sleep routine that programs daily confidence. Confidence is not something you stumble upon in the middle of your day. It is something you prepare for the night before with intention and discipline. When you design a proper sleep routine, you are doing far more than simply resting your body. You are programming your mind to meet the next day with strength, certainty, and calm assurance. Every person desires more confidence in their decisions, relationships, and goals. Yet few understand that confidence is built in the quiet hours of preparation, not in the moment of challenge. The foundation of that preparation begins with the way you end each day. A sleep routine is not just about going to bed at a certain time. It is about creating a ritual that signals to your mind and body that it is safe to release the noise of the day and focus on renewal. Confidence cannot flourish in a restless mind. If you drag today's chaos into your sleep, you will wake carrying the same unease. If you build a structured routine that supports rest, your body and mind will rise, ready to act with certainty. The link is simple. Quality rest equals quality performance. Confidence is the natural outcome of preparation, and preparation starts with a night that is calm, intentional, and purposeful. The first step in building a sleep routine that programs daily confidence is consistency. You must go to bed and wake up at the same times every day. This is not about perfection, it is about rhythm. The body thrives on rhythm. And when you give it a reliable schedule, you eliminate the uncertainty that comes with irregular sleep. A consistent routine trains your mind to expect rest at a specific time and to rise at a specific time. This simple act alone creates a sense of control, and control is one of the deepest roots of confidence. When you live in a way that is steady, your mind no longer doubts your ability to manage yourself. The second step is to clear away distractions before sleep. Technology is one of the greatest enemies of deep rest. The constant stimulation of screens and the endless flow of information keep your nervous system alert when it should be winding down. If you want to program confidence, set a boundary with your devices, turn them off at least an hour before bed, and replace that time with activities that calm you. Read a few pages from a book that uplifts you, practice light stretching to release tension, or write down thoughts from the day so your mind does not carry them into the night. When your body learns that evenings are for calm, your subconscious has room to build the strength you will need tomorrow. Another powerful element of a sleep routine is reflection. Confidence grows when you know yourself and your progress. Take 10 minutes before sleep to write down what went well in your day. Recognize small victories, acknowledge efforts, and give credit to yourself for showing up. Many people go to sleep with a list of mistakes and regrets running through their minds. They replay failures, and by doing so, they program their subconscious to expect more failure. You can reverse this pattern by ending each day with recognition of what you did well. Even small wins count. This practice builds trust in yourself, and trust is the backbone of confidence. Along with reflection, plan the first action you will take in the morning. Confidence is strongest when you know what to do next. Too often people wake up uncertain, unsure where to direct their energy, and this hesitation chips away at confidence. Before bed, write down one clear task you will complete as soon as you rise. It can be something small like a workout, journaling, or finishing a specific piece of work. By deciding in advance, you remove doubt and start your day with accomplishment. Each time you begin your morning with success, no matter how small, you reinforce the identity of a confident person who takes action. Your environment also plays a role in building a routine that supports confidence. A messy room, uncomfortable bed, or chaotic space creates mental clutter. Your surroundings shape your mind more than you realize. If you want to wake confident, create a space that encourages rest. Keep your sleeping area clean, your bed comfortable, and the atmosphere peaceful. These simple adjustments may seem small, but they influence how deeply you rest and how clearly you think. When you wake in a space that reflects order, you begin the day with clarity and stability, which translates into confidence in every decision. Confidence also comes from knowing you are taking care of your body. What you eat and drink in the hours before sleep directly affects the quality of your rest. Heavy meals, caffeine and alcohol disrupt sleep patterns, leaving you sluggish and unfocused in the morning. To program confidence, you must treat your body with respect. Choose light, nourishing foods in the evening and drink water instead of stimulants. Confidence cannot exist in a body weighed down by fatigue and imbalance. Discipline in the evening is rewarded with energy in the morning. Breathing exercises before bed can further strengthen your routine. Slow, steady breathing calms the nervous system and reduces tension. When you fall asleep in a state of calm, your subconscious has the space to focus on building resilience and assurance. Try a simple practice. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale slowly for 6, and repeat several times. This sends a signal of safety to your body, and confidence grows strongest in a body that feels safe. Another important habit is to detach from the day's outcomes. Confidence suffers when you carry disappointment into the night. Remind yourself each evening that the day is complete, that tomorrow offers new choices, and that you are not defined by any single moment. This mental reset is essential. If you end your day clinging to regret, your subconscious rehearses insecurity. If you end your day accepting that you have done what you could and are ready to begin again, your subconscious rehearses strength. Confidence is not arrogance or pretending to have no doubts. It is the quiet assurance that you are prepared for whatever tomorrow holds. A sleep routine gives you that preparation. It builds the discipline to manage your body, your mind, and your environment. Each part of the routine becomes a signal to your subconscious. I am ready, I am capable, I am steady. With repetition, this belief carries into your waking hours. Over time, you will notice that challenges no longer shake you as easily. You will face conversations, decisions, and responsibilities with greater calm. This is the result of a mind and body trained in rhythm and prepared through nightly rituals. Confidence is not built in the moment you are tested. It is built in the quiet decisions you make when no one is watching. Your sleep routine is one of those decisions. To build confidence daily, end each night the same way. Disconnect from distractions, reflect on your progress, plan your first morning action, and calm your body. Protect your space, choose healthy evening habits, and remind yourself that each day is a new beginning. This sequence, repeated consistently, programs your subconscious to expect success. And when your mind expects success, your actions naturally follow. Confidence does not arrive by chance. It is created by choice. Each evening you have the chance to build it or weaken it. A strong sleep routine is your tool for shaping the confidence that will carry you through the day ahead. When you choose discipline at night, you wake with assurance in the morning. That assurance grows with every repetition until it becomes part of who you are. When this happens, confidence is no longer something you try to find. It is something you live. Chapter 3. Practice gratitude before sleep to strengthen positive emotions. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can use to transform your inner state. And when you practice it before sleep, you set your mind and heart in a position of strength that carries into the next day. The final thoughts you allow to fill your mind before you drift into rest play a direct role in how you feel when you wake, how you interpret challenges, and how you approach opportunities. By choosing gratitude as the last emotion of the day, you train yourself to look at life through the lens of appreciation rather than lack. This choice strengthens positive emotions and builds resilience that makes each morning lighter, calmer, and more hopeful. So many people end their day by thinking about what went wrong. They replay arguments, they dwell on mistakes, and they carry frustrations into their sleep. The result is restless nights and heavy mornings. But there is another way. If you close your eyes with a grateful heart, your body rests more deeply and your subconscious processes experiences with less tension. Gratitude brings peace, and peace strengthens energy. Each night, you have the choice to direct your thoughts toward what is missing or toward what has been given. One path leads to stress and discouragement, the other to optimism and growth. To build a practice of gratitude before sleep, begin by reflecting on the day and identifying moments that brought value, no matter how small. Many people believe gratitude is reserved for grand achievements, yet it is often the simple details that hold the most power. A kind word from someone, the ability to eat a meal, a moment of laughter, or the fact that you made it through the day, these are all worthy of recognition. When you acknowledge them, you shift your mind from focusing on what was lacking to focusing on what was already present. A practical step you can take is to keep a gratitude journal beside your bed. Each night, write down 3 to 5 things you are thankful for from that day. This simple act creates a record of appreciation that grows over time. When you are feeling low, reading back through previous entries reminds you that there is always good, even on difficult days. Writing is powerful because it forces your mind to slow down and reflect. Instead of vague thoughts of thanks, you create clear and specific expressions of appreciation. This clarity deepens the emotional impact. Another method is to speak gratitude out loud before sleep. Saying the words with your voice engages more of your senses and makes the practice feel more real. You might say, "I am grateful for my health," or "I am grateful for the people who support me," or "I am grateful for the lessons I learned today." The important part is that the words carry sincerity. Empty repetition has little power. Genuine recognition, even for small things, shifts your emotional state instantly. Gratitude also has the ability to reduce negative emotions that often disturb rest. When you focus on appreciation, anger softens, worry loses intensity, and comparison fades. Your mind cannot hold strong gratitude and deep resentment at the same time. By practicing gratitude before sleep, you are choosing which state you want to carry into your subconscious. This decision not only improves the quality of your sleep, but also strengthens emotional balance during the day. It is important to note that gratitude does not mean ignoring difficulties. Life brings real challenges, and pretending they do not exist is not strength. What gratitude does is allow you to acknowledge those difficulties without being consumed by them. You can face hardship while still recognizing what remains good. This balance is what creates resilience. When you train yourself to see value even in the middle of struggle, you give yourself the power to endure without losing hope. To deepen this practice, you can combine gratitude with visualization. As you think of the things you are thankful for, picture them vividly in your mind. If you are grateful for a person, imagine their face and recall the moments they supported you. If you are grateful for your health, picture yourself moving with energy and strength. Visualization strengthens the emotional connection, making gratitude more than a thought. It becomes a felt experience that your subconscious absorbs. You may also choose to practice gratitude through prayer or quiet reflection, depending on your beliefs. Taking a few minutes to acknowledge the good in your life in silence creates a calm atmosphere that prepares you for rest. The act of turning inward and recognizing blessings is a universal habit that nourishes both mind and spirit. Another way to practice gratitude before sleep is to send it outward. Think of someone in your life and mentally thank them for the role they play. Even if you do not say it directly to them, this silent acknowledgement fills you with warmth and positivity. Over time, this practice can improve relationships because you begin to view others with more appreciation rather than criticism. The effects of gratitude before sleep are not only emotional, but also physical. Studies have shown that people who practice nightly gratitude often fall asleep faster, experience deeper rest, and wake with more energy. The body responds to the mind's state, and when your thoughts are calm and thankful, your nervous system shifts into relaxation. This is why gratitude can be such a powerful part of a sleep routine. To make this habit consistent, attach it to something you already do at night. If you brush your teeth, let that action remind you to think of 3 things you are grateful for. If you place your phone on the nightstand, let that act signal the start of your gratitude reflection. Linking gratitude to existing habits makes it easier to remember and sustain over time. As you practice gratitude before sleep, you will notice gradual shifts in how you experience life. You may wake with more optimism, find yourself less reactive during the day, and begin to appreciate small details you once overlooked. Gratitude trains your mind to scan for the positive, and when that becomes natural, your emotional state grows stronger. Confidence, patience, and peace all flourish in the soil of gratitude. Some nights will be more challenging than others. There will be evenings when your mind is heavy with problems, and gratitude feels difficult. In those moments, resist the temptation to give up. Instead, search for the simplest things: the roof over your head, the bed beneath you, the chance to begin again tomorrow. Even the smallest recognition has power. The more you practice on hard days, the stronger your ability to remain positive in any circumstance. Gratitude is a discipline, not just a feeling. Feelings come and go, but discipline builds a habit that carries you forward even when emotions are low. By making gratitude a nightly practice, you teach yourself that there is always something to value, no matter what happened in the day. This discipline gradually changes your outlook until gratitude becomes your natural response rather than a forced exercise. Over time, gratitude will not only strengthen positive emotions, but also change the way you see yourself. You will stop defining your worth by what you lack and start recognizing the abundance already present. This inner shift makes you more resilient to external pressures. You stop chasing validation from outside sources because you already feel grounded in appreciation. That inner stability is a source of quiet strength that no circumstance can easily shake. When you build the habit of gratitude before sleep, you give yourself a gift that extends far beyond the night. You rise with greater energy, carry more patience, and attract better interactions with others because your emotional state radiates positivity. Gratitude shapes not only your nights and mornings, but the overall tone of your life. Each evening you have a choice. You can fall asleep replaying the difficulties of the day, or you can close your eyes with a heart full of appreciation. One path drains your spirit, the other strengthens it. Choose gratitude, and you will discover that your emotions grow more stable, your mornings brighter, and your life richer. This practice requires no effort beyond a few minutes of attention, yet its impact reaches every corner of your experience. When you end your day in gratitude, you awaken in strength. Chapter 4. Repeat empowering beliefs nightly to rewire your thoughts. Change begins the moment you decide to take control of your inner dialogue, and one of the most powerful ways to do this is by choosing the beliefs you want to carry into your future. Every thought you allow to dominate your mind before sleep has the potential to become part of your identity. When you go to bed at night, your mind is not simply shutting off. It is still listening, still learning, still absorbing. This is why repeating empowering beliefs every single night can change the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act in your daily life. Your brain is naturally more open and suggestible before sleep, which means the words you tell yourself are not just fleeting, they are planting roots. Imagine ending your day not with stress, worry, or doubt, but with affirmations of strength, possibility, and growth. When you say to yourself that you are capable, you are worthy, you are resilient, you are building a new story in your subconscious. Over time, this repeated practice of affirming positive beliefs changes what you see as possible for yourself. It is not about forcing yourself to believe something unrealistic, but about choosing to reinforce the truths that empower you instead of the fears that hold you back. If you have lived many years listening to negative self-talk, you know how damaging it can be. Repeating empowering beliefs every night allows you to reverse that cycle and begin feeding your mind with strength instead of weakness. Think about how many times throughout the day doubt tries to creep in. You might feel you are not good enough, not strong enough, or too late to change. But when you consciously repeat uplifting beliefs every evening, you weaken the hold of those doubts. You are teaching your mind to recognize new possibilities. The brain is like a muscle. It strengthens in the direction of what it practices. Repetition is what turns a single thought into a lasting belief. This is why one night of affirmations will not change your life, but months of consistent practice will. The shift is gradual, but it is powerful, and it creates a permanent foundation for resilience. To make this work, choose beliefs that resonate deeply with you. Do not use words that feel empty or forced. Instead, select statements that reflect both who you are and who you are becoming. You might say, "I am calm and in control of my life." You might affirm, "I have the courage to take steps toward my goals," or "I deserve peace, happiness, and health." These are not simply pretty words, they are messages to your subconscious mind, which takes them in as instructions for how to think and act. Over time, these beliefs become your automatic responses. When faced with challenges, instead of defaulting to fear, your mind will default to strength. That is the power of repeating empowering beliefs nightly. The environment you create also matters. Lying in bed, lights dimmed, and distractions removed, you create the perfect setting for your mind to absorb new patterns. You do not need to repeat dozens of sentences. Even 2 or 3 strong affirmations said with conviction can change how your brain processes experiences. The key is to feel what you are saying. Do not just say the words. Let them sink in. Speak them silently or out loud, but do it with presence. The more emotion you put behind your nightly practice, the faster the beliefs will take hold. Emotion tells your brain that this is important, and the subconscious pays attention to what you deeply feel. As the nights go by, you will notice subtle changes. You might feel calmer in the morning, more prepared to face the day, or less shaken by negative experiences. That is not coincidence. It is your brain slowly rewiring itself to match the beliefs you feed it. These changes accumulate over weeks and months, until one day you look back and realize you no longer think the way you used to. The anxious patterns you carried for years begin to fade, replaced by patterns of confidence, peace, and purpose. This is not magic. It is the direct result of deliberate repetition and focus. You can also combine your affirmations with visualization. As you repeat your beliefs, picture yourself living them out in real life. If you say, "I am strong and resilient," imagine yourself standing tall in the face of a challenge. If you affirm, "I create opportunities for success," visualize yourself making progress on a goal. This combination of words and mental images sends a double signal to your brain, reinforcing the idea more powerfully. Your subconscious begins to see these scenarios as reality, which helps you naturally act in alignment with them during the day. Some people struggle with believing positive statements because they feel false at first. That is completely normal. When you have spent years listening to inner criticism, of course, empowering words will feel unfamiliar. But with consistency, your mind adjusts. At first, it might feel like you are pretending. After weeks, it starts to feel possible. And eventually, it becomes your truth. The discomfort in the beginning is simply a sign that you are breaking free from old programming. Do not resist it. Embrace it as part of the process of growth. The most important part is commitment. You must show up every night, no matter how tired or busy you feel. Skipping one night will not ruin everything, but the habit is what creates transformation. Think of it as brushing your teeth. You do not do it because you expect instant results, but because it keeps you healthy over time. Repeating empowering beliefs nightly is the same. Each repetition strengthens your mental health and your emotional resilience. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until you cannot imagine ending your day without it. As you continue this journey, you will find yourself creating a stronger connection between who you are and who you want to become. Instead of being pulled back by old doubts and fears, you are steadily moving forward with clarity and strength. The person you want to be already exists inside you, waiting for you to nurture those beliefs until they are unshakable. Your nightly practice is the water that helps those seeds grow. When you give your mind empowering beliefs, you are giving your future the greatest gift. You are creating a version of yourself that is confident, calm, and ready to thrive. This is the time to stop letting old negative thoughts control your nights and start taking responsibility for what you feed your mind. Every night is an opportunity to rewire your future. The beliefs you repeat today will shape the actions you take tomorrow. The actions you take tomorrow will shape the life you live in the years ahead. If you want change, this is where it begins. Not in external circumstances, but in the simple act of choosing what you tell yourself before you sleep. Repeat empowering beliefs nightly and watch your thoughts transform into strength, clarity, and unwavering confidence. Chapter 5. Design sleep audio that aligns with your life goals. Your life can completely shift when you take control of what your mind listens to during the hours you are asleep, and the most powerful way to do this is by creating sleep audio that is in direct alignment with your goals. Most people go to bed with the noise of television, random videos, or music that has no connection to the life they want to live, and without realizing it, their subconscious absorbs messages that do not serve them. But when you deliberately design sleep audio that reinforces your values, your vision, and your goals, you give yourself an edge that few people ever tap into. You are programming your mind to stay focused on what matters, even while your body rests. Think of how many hours you sleep each night. That is a third of your day, and in that time your mind is still processing information. Instead of wasting those hours, you can turn them into a powerful tool for transformation. The words, sounds, and affirmations you choose to play are not just background noise. They are shaping your subconscious mind. They are guiding how you wake up, how you act, and how you make decisions throughout the day. If you want to feel more confident, design your audio with affirmations about courage and self-trust. If you want to focus on health, include affirmations about discipline, strength, and healing. If your goal is financial stability, record affirmations about abundance, wise choices, and perseverance. The key is to make the audio personal and directly tied to what you truly want. This process starts by getting clear on your goals. You cannot design effective sleep audio if you do not know what you are aiming for. Write down the areas of life you want to improve: health, relationships, career, mindset, or personal growth. Then, craft short and powerful affirmations that match those goals. They should be positive, present tense, and easy to repeat. For example, instead of saying, "I will be successful someday," your audio should affirm, "I am creating success with my daily actions." This wording signals to your subconscious that success is already part of your reality. The clearer and more focused your affirmations are, the stronger the results will be over time. Once you have your affirmations, record them in your own voice. Hearing your voice gives the message even greater impact because your brain recognizes it as familiar and trustworthy. You do not need fancy equipment. A simple phone recording works. Speak slowly, clearly, and with intention. If you want, you can add gentle background music or calming sounds that make the experience more soothing. Keep the audio free from distraction. The point is not entertainment, but reinforcement of the beliefs you want to carry into your waking life. The repetition of these recordings every night creates new mental pathways. The subconscious does not argue or resist the way the conscious mind does. When it hears the same empowering messages night after night, it begins to accept them as truth. This is why sleep audio works so well for rewiring thought patterns. Over weeks and months, you will notice your behavior shifting to match the beliefs in your audio. If your affirmations are about discipline, you may find yourself more willing to stick to habits. If they are about confidence, you may start to speak up more and trust your decisions. These small shifts build into major transformations, and it all begins with the words you feed your mind as you sleep. It is also important to refresh and adjust your audio as you grow. The goals you have today may not be the same goals you have in 6 months. By updating your affirmations, you ensure that your subconscious is always aligned with the direction you want to go. Think of your sleep audio as a living tool that evolves with you. This way, you avoid becoming stuck and instead stay aligned with your highest vision for your life. Some people may doubt this process, thinking that listening while sleeping cannot possibly create change. But neuroscience shows that the brain is always active, even in deep rest, and the subconscious absorbs repeated information without resistance. The same way negative thoughts can take root when repeated often, positive affirmations have the same ability to embed themselves when consistently reinforced. The difference is, you are now in control of the input. You are no longer leaving your subconscious open to random influences. You are feeding it with purpose. To get the best results, commit to this practice nightly. Do not treat it as an experiment you try once or twice. Change requires consistency. Over time, the nightly reinforcement becomes part of your rhythm, just like brushing your teeth or setting an alarm. Eventually, it will feel natural to end your day by pressing play on your sleep audio, knowing that you are giving your subconscious exactly what it needs to stay on track. Imagine the impact of 6 months of this practice. Every night, for hours at a time, your brain hears affirmations about your goals, your worth, and your ability to grow. That is thousands of repetitions. That is a constant reminder to your subconscious that you are capable of becoming the person you envision. Compare this to falling asleep to news filled with fear or shows filled with conflict. Which do you think will create a stronger, healthier mindset? The answer is obvious. What you feed your mind during rest is as important as what you feed your body during the day. By designing sleep audio aligned with your goals, you are taking ownership of your inner world. You are choosing to spend your rest hours building instead of weakening. You are sending a clear message to your subconscious that you are serious about change. And when your mind aligns with your goals, your actions will naturally follow. Progress will not feel forced because your brain will already be working in harmony with your vision. This practice is not about quick fixes. It is about steady, lasting transformation. It is about replacing old beliefs that no longer serve you with beliefs that push you forward. It is about using the quiet hours of your night to prepare yourself for the challenges of the day. When you commit to creating sleep audio that aligns with your goals, you are giving yourself a tool that keeps working even while you rest. You are no longer leaving your growth to chance. You are guiding it with intention every single night. So take the time to create your own sleep audio, because the effort you put into this practice will return to you in the form of resilience, clarity, and achievement. Do not wait for external motivation or for circumstances to change. Start now. Design your audio and let it play every night as you drift into sleep. Trust the process, because over time you will see that your thoughts, habits, and results begin to shift toward the life you have been envisioning. And it all begins with one simple step: choosing to align what your subconscious hears with the future you want to live. Chapter 6. Train your mind at night to release negative habits. The greatest freedom you can ever give yourself is the ability to let go of habits that keep you stuck, and the most effective time to begin that process is while you sleep. Every night your mind is active, sorting through memories, emotions, and patterns that have built up throughout the day. This is the perfect opportunity to retrain your thoughts and break free from behaviors that no longer serve your growth. Negative habits do not disappear because of willpower alone. They weaken when the subconscious mind is reconditioned. By training your mind at night, you take advantage of hours of rest to undo old programming and replace it with healthier directions. Negative habits usually feel automatic. You may find yourself reaching for unhealthy food, wasting time on distractions, or falling into cycles of self-doubt without even thinking about it. That is because these behaviors are wired into your subconscious through repetition. The more often you act a certain way, the more natural it feels. If you want to stop a habit, you cannot rely only on conscious resistance during the day. You must go deeper and shift the root patterns stored in your mind. Nighttime training is powerful because the subconscious is most open to new ideas when the conscious mind is quiet. Begin by identifying the habit you want to release. Be honest with yourself. Avoid vague statements like, "I want to be better." Instead, define the exact action that needs to change. It could be procrastination, overspending, negative self-talk, or reacting with anger. Once you name it, you can create clear replacement thoughts that weaken its hold. For example, if you procrastinate, you can replace that with affirmations such as, "I take action quickly and with confidence." If you struggle with negative self-talk, your nighttime training can include phrases like, "I speak to myself with kindness and encouragement." The key is to design messages that directly counter the habit you want to release. At night, when you are preparing to sleep, create an environment that supports this mental training. Keep distractions away. Turn off the television and avoid chaotic noise. Instead, choose calm sounds, guided affirmations, or recordings you create yourself that focus on breaking free from the habit. As you drift into rest, your subconscious absorbs these messages again and again. Over time, the old pattern loses power because it is no longer reinforced, while the new belief becomes stronger through repetition. You can also pair visualization with this process. Before falling asleep, close your eyes and imagine yourself acting differently. See yourself waking up and making healthier choices. Picture yourself saying no to the temptation that once controlled you. Feel the pride of staying disciplined. This mental rehearsal trains your brain in the same way athletes prepare for performance. The subconscious does not distinguish much between real and imagined experiences, so the more vividly you rehearse new behaviors, the more natural they become in reality. The real strength of nighttime training is consistency. A single night of listening or visualizing will not erase years of habits, but a steady routine builds momentum. The mind changes through repetition, and sleep gives you hours of exposure every night. With patience and discipline, what once felt automatic and uncontrollable can be replaced with healthier patterns that serve your growth. The process may feel slow at first, but as days turn into weeks, you will notice your reactions changing. You may pause before repeating an old behavior, or you may suddenly realize you no longer crave it at all. These moments are signs that your subconscious is shifting. Some habits are tied to deeper emotions, such as fear, insecurity, or stress. Nighttime training can also help release the emotional triggers that feed them. You can include calming affirmations like, "I am safe and in control," or "I handle challenges with calm strength." By programming peace and confidence into your mind, you reduce the emotional fuel that keeps destructive habits alive. Over time, you not only stop the behavior, but also heal the root cause behind it. It is important to remind yourself that removing a negative habit is not about perfection. There may be moments when you slip back, but each night you return to training your mind, you are reinforcing progress. The goal is not to erase the past instantly, but to build a stronger foundation for your future. Self-compassion is part of the process, because guilt and frustration only strengthen the old patterns. Patience, consistency, and belief in your ability to change are what keep you moving forward. Nighttime training also teaches discipline that extends beyond breaking habits. When you commit to reprogramming your subconscious every night, you build resilience and self-mastery. You prove to yourself that you are in charge of your thoughts and actions. That discipline carries into other areas of life, whether it is focusing better at work, improving relationships, or building healthier routines. It becomes easier to resist new negative habits because you have strengthened the mental muscle of choice. Imagine the impact of 6 months of consistent nighttime training. Every night, your subconscious receives messages of strength, discipline, and freedom. Every night, you rehearse healthier choices. Every night, you weaken the chains of old patterns. Over time, your daily behavior begins to reflect the training you did while resting. You no longer wake up feeling trapped by the same cycles. Instead, you feel empowered, capable, and aligned with the life you want. This practice requires no special tools beyond commitment. You can record affirmations on your phone, play them quietly as you sleep, or simply repeat them to yourself as you drift off. You can visualize success in your mind before closing your eyes. You can build small nightly rituals that signal to your subconscious that it is time to release the old and embrace the new. The simplicity of this practice is what makes it powerful. You are turning ordinary hours of rest into extraordinary opportunities for transformation. Your future does not have to be shaped by old habits. You have the power to retrain your mind and release the behaviors that hold you back. It will not happen overnight, but with steady practice it will happen. Every night is a chance to reset. Every night is a chance to reckon what no longer serves you. Every night is a chance to build strength that carries into the morning. And the more you commit to this practice, the more you will discover that freedom from negative habits is not only possible but inevitable when you use your sleep as a tool for growth. You hold the choice to use your nights as a time of passive distraction or a time of active transformation. If you want to step into the life you deserve, choose the latter. Train your mind at night. Release the habits that no longer belong to you, and wake each day with the strength to act in alignment with your highest self. The change you seek begins the moment you decide that even your rest will serve your growth. And from that point forward, nothing can hold you back. Chapter 7. Strengthen resilience by listening to empowering words while sleeping. Strength is not built only in the moments you are awake, but also in the hours when your body rests and your subconscious listens. And one of the most effective ways to develop resilience is by feeding your mind empowering words while you sleep. Every person faces challenges, setbacks, and days when life feels heavy. But those who rise above difficulties are not necessarily stronger by nature. They are stronger because their inner voice has been trained to stay calm, focused, and determined no matter what happens. When you expose your mind nightly to words of power, encouragement, and determination, you create an inner foundation that cannot be shaken easily by outside circumstances. Resilience is not about ignoring pain or pretending problems do not exist. It is about meeting adversity with the belief that you can endure and grow. Most people lose strength because their inner dialogue is filled with doubt, fear, or defeat. But imagine replacing those voices with messages that remind you of your courage, your ability to adapt, and your capacity to overcome. While you sleep, your subconscious is absorbing those messages without resistance, and each repetition strengthens your inner core. You begin to wake with a deeper sense of confidence that is not forced but natural, because your mind has rehearsed resilience all night long. To build this practice, the first step is choosing words that truly empower you. Generic phrases may not carry the impact you need. The statements must feel personal and relevant to the challenges you face. If you are working through uncertainty, phrases like "I adapt with calm strength" can give your mind direction. If you struggle setbacks, affirmations like "I rise stronger after every challenge" create resilience in your thinking. The beauty of this method is that you are not leaving your inner voice to chance. You are shaping it intentionally. Listening to empowering words at night works because the subconscious accepts repetition as truth. The same way repeated negative thoughts can weaken your confidence, repeated empowering words can build an unshakable foundation. Over weeks of practice, you may notice that problems which once overwhelmed you no longer hold the same power. Difficult conversations may feel easier, unexpected changes may feel less threatening, and moments of failure may no longer define your identity. This happens because the nightly input has shifted your mental framework. You are no longer reacting from weakness, but responding from resilience. The effect of empowering words is amplified by the environment you create before bed. A quiet and calm atmosphere signals to your mind that it is safe to absorb new input. Dim the lights, put aside distractions, and play recordings of affirmations or motivational passages that speak directly to your growth. As you drift into deeper rest, those words continue flowing into your subconscious, becoming part of the background of your thoughts. Over time, they rise naturally in your daily life, guiding your reactions without effort. One of the strongest benefits of listening to empowering words while sleeping is that it builds mental endurance for unpredictable situations. Life will always bring uncertainty, losses, disappointments, or sudden changes. A resilient person does not crumble in these moments because their mind has been trained to see possibility and strength, even in hardship. By reinforcing this mindset every night, you prepare yourself for difficulties before they arrive. Instead of being caught off guard, you enter challenges with a sense of inner readiness that others may lack. It is also important to remember that resilience is not about hardening yourself against the world. True resilience is flexible. It allows you to bend without breaking, to feel emotions without being controlled by them. Empowering words spoken into your mind each night remind you of balance. They affirm that you are strong, yet also capable of patience and compassion. This combination creates not only toughness but also wisdom, and that balance allows you to face challenges with clarity rather than fear. Consistency is key in this practice. A single night of listening will not transform your resilience, just as one workout does not create lasting strength. But night after night, the repetition builds. You may not notice immediate change, but slowly your inner responses shift. Where you once hesitated, you may now step forward. Where you once felt panic, you may now breathe deeply and look for solutions. This transformation comes from the steady feeding of your subconscious with empowering words that remind you of your inner capability. Some people underestimate this method because it feels simple, but simplicity does not mean weakness. The subconscious thrives on repetition, and the quiet hours of sleep give uninterrupted space for that repetition to take root. You are giving yourself hours of training every night without effort, and the accumulation of those hours is what makes the difference. Over months, you may notice yourself approaching challenges with a calm strength that surprises even you. That is the power of aligning your sleep with your growth. If you want to take this practice deeper, you can customize recordings with your own voice. Speaking words of empowerment and then listening to them while sleeping creates a double effect. The words are not only heard, but also recognized as yours. This makes the affirmations even more believable to your subconscious. The simple act of hearing your own voice repeating that you are strong, capable, and resilient builds trust in those statements. You are, in essence, reparenting your subconscious to believe in your ability to handle life with courage. Imagine the future impact of this practice. After a year of nightly reinforcement, your mind will hold thousands of repetitions of empowering words. When difficulties arise, instead of collapsing into self-doubt, your inner voice will echo with strength. I can handle this. I will find a way. I grow through every challenge. This inner foundation becomes a shield that keeps you steady while others may falter. The resilience you have built is not temporary. It becomes part of who you are. Resilience is one of the greatest assets you can carry through life, and it does not need to be left to chance. You can train it, strengthen it, and make it part of your identity by using the hours you already spend sleeping. Feed your mind empowering words each night, and you will wake not only rested, but also mentally fortified. Over time, this practice will help you face life's storms with calm determination and recover quickly from whatever setbacks you encounter. Your nights hold more power than you realize. By using them to listen to empowering words, you give yourself the gift of resilience that grows stronger with every repetition. Choose your words with care, commit to the process, and watch how your inner strength expands. Each morning you will rise with more confidence, more calm, and more clarity. And in the face of life's challenges, you will no longer question whether you can endure. You will know you can, because you have trained your mind to believe it. Chapter 8. Focus your subconscious on success during nightly rest. Success begins to take root, not in the noise of the day, but in the silence of the night when your subconscious is open, listening and shaping your tomorrow. Every night as you prepare to rest, you are not only giving your body the recovery it needs, you are also offering your mind the most fertile ground to be planted with thoughts, images, and emotions that can either limit you or elevate you. The subconscious mind does not sleep in the way the body does. It remains active, absorbing and replaying whatever you feed it before drifting off. If you end the day consumed with worries, doubts, and fear, those feelings continue to repeat themselves while you sleep. But if you end the day with thoughts of success, progress, and growth, your subconscious takes those ideas and magnifies them, building them into your mindset in a way that changes how you wake up and how you act throughout the day. Think of the power this gives you. Nighttime is not just rest. It is an opportunity to influence your deepest programming. If you want to build confidence, you must end the night with beliefs that affirm your worth. If you want to grow stronger in pursuing goals, you must plant images of yourself succeeding in those goals. When you choose to end your day by feeding your subconscious with the right focus, you are training it to work for you instead of against you. Many people underestimate this simple practice. They let random thoughts, television noise, or stressful conversations fill their final waking moments, and they wonder why they wake up drained or lacking direction. What they fail to realize is that the subconscious mind has been processing negativity all night long. To change this, you must become intentional. Begin by choosing what you want to dominate your inner world. Success has many forms: financial stability, health, relationships, personal growth, peace of mind, and your subconscious can be trained to pursue it in the direction that matters most to you. Each night as you prepare to sleep, bring those desires to the surface of your mind. Visualize them in detail. See yourself completing the goals you set. Feel the emotions of gratitude and satisfaction as if those achievements have already taken place. By repeatedly focusing on these images, your subconscious begins to accept them as reality and directs your actions toward making them true. This process works because your subconscious does not distinguish between imagined experiences and real ones. When you imagine yourself speaking with confidence, achieving milestones, or overcoming challenges, your subconscious mind records it as practice. The more you feed it these experiences before bed, the stronger your self-belief becomes, and the more naturally you act in alignment with them during the day. Instead of waking up reacting to circumstances, you begin waking up driven by intention. A powerful way to focus your subconscious is to create a simple nightly ritual. Once you are in bed, close your eyes and take slow, steady breaths to calm your body. Then repeat specific affirmations about success that matter to you. Say to yourself, "I am capable of achieving what I set my mind to. I deserve growth and abundance. I am creating progress every day." The exact words do not matter as much as the emotion and certainty you attach to them. Seek them in the present tense, as if they are already true, because that is how the subconscious accepts instructions. Over time, these repeated statements form new mental patterns that override old doubts and fears. Another method is visualization. See yourself living the life you want. Picture the environment, the people, the energy, and the results. The clearer the picture, the stronger the effect. If your goal is business success, imagine yourself confidently presenting ideas, making deals, or receiving recognition. If your goal is health, see yourself active, vibrant, and full of strength. If your goal is peace, visualize calm moments where you feel in control and content. Spending even 5 minutes each night creating these mental movies plants seeds that the subconscious nurtures as you sleep. There is also value in writing before bed. A simple practice is to jot down your goals, even in short sentences, right before turning off the light. This physical act reinforces them in your mind and makes it more likely that your subconscious will carry them into your dreams and your nightly processing. Over weeks and months, this repetition strengthens your identity as someone aligned with success. You begin to notice opportunities more easily because your subconscious is trained to spot what matches your nightly focus. It is important to understand that this is not about forcing unrealistic positivity. It is about choosing to direct your energy toward what empowers you. Negative thoughts may still appear, but when you consistently end your day with a focus on success, those negative thoughts lose their power. You train your subconscious to give more weight to the positive, and that balance shift creates long-term resilience. Instead of being consumed by obstacles, you automatically search for solutions. Instead of doubting yourself, you instinctively look for reasons why you can succeed. The effects of this practice become clear over time. At first, it may feel unusual or even forced, but with persistence, you will notice a change in how you wake up. Instead of dread, you begin your mornings with direction. Instead of hesitation, you act with more certainty. Small daily actions start to align with the success you have been rehearsing in your mind at night. This alignment is not accidental, it is the result of focused subconscious training. The truth is that everyone trains their subconscious at night, whether they realize it or not. The question is whether you are programming it with intention or letting it be programmed by distractions and negativity. When you choose to guide it, you take control of one of the most powerful forces in your life. The hours you spend asleep become productive, not only in restoring your body, but also in reshaping your beliefs and attitudes. Each night becomes an investment in the person you want to become. If you remain consistent, this nightly focus creates compound growth. Just as small deposits add up to significant wealth over time, small nightly practices add up to a transformed mindset. You do not have to force massive changes in a single day. You simply have to choose, night after night, to guide your subconscious towards success. Eventually, the gap between who you are and who you want to be closes, and you realize that success is no longer just a dream, it has become your natural way of living. So as you close your eyes tonight, remember that your subconscious is listening. Give it the images, the affirmations, and the focus that align with your goals. Do this consistently, and you will wake up with more clarity, more confidence, and more drive to pursue the success you desire. The night is your training ground, and your subconscious is the most loyal partner you will ever have in shaping your future. Chapter 9. Program your sleep environment to support personal growth. Your environment has the power to shape your mind, your energy, and even the way you grow into the person you want to become, and nowhere is this more true than in the space where you sleep each night. The place you rest is not just a room where your body recovers, it is a setting that signals to your mind what to expect and how to function. If your sleep environment is chaotic, cluttered, or filled with distractions, your subconscious absorbs that disorder. But when your space is designed with intention, it becomes a tool for personal growth, setting the stage for deeper rest, stronger focus, and more positive conditioning. Think about the role your sleep environment plays. The colors you surround yourself with, the objects you keep near you, the sounds you allow in, and even the level of light or darkness all have a direct influence on how your mind winds down and how it processes information during the night. A messy room can quietly keep your brain in a state of unease, while a clean, orderly environment signals safety and clarity. This is why creating a sleep space that aligns with your growth goals is not about luxury, it is about strategy. One of the most effective ways to support personal growth through your environment is to remove unnecessary noise and clutter. A crowded room can keep your mind restless, even when your body is still. By clearing out items that no longer serve a purpose, you are also symbolically clearing mental space. The act of creating order in your physical surroundings sends a message to your subconscious that you are prepared for order and progress in your inner life. This simple choice strengthens your focus and makes it easier to drift into restful sleep, where your subconscious does its most powerful work. Another factor is lighting. Your brain is highly sensitive to light cues, which influence your circadian rhythm. Too much artificial brightness at night signals your mind to stay alert, making it harder to reach restorative sleep. On the other hand, a darker, calmer environment tells your body it is safe to release tension. This matters for growth because deep sleep is when your brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and integrates new information. By creating an environment with softer lighting or complete darkness, you are not only improving your sleep quality, but also giving your subconscious the conditions it needs to strengthen the lessons, affirmations, and visualizations you have planted before bed. Sound is another element you can use intentionally. Background noise like traffic, television, or disruptive conversations can keep your nervous system on edge, even if you manage to fall asleep. Instead, you can choose sounds that align with relaxation and focus. Some people benefit from calming music, while others find strength in guided affirmations or ambient sounds like rain or gentle waves. The key is to select audio that feeds your subconscious the right messages. If you fall asleep listening to words that affirm resilience, growth, and confidence, those messages continue looping in your mind through the night, shaping the way you think and feel when you wake up. Scent also plays a role in programming your environment. Aromas like lavender, chamomile, or sandalwood can signal relaxation to your brain, helping you enter a state of calm more easily. When you attach a specific scent to your nightly routine, your mind begins to associate that smell with rest and renewal. Over time, this association becomes a cue that automatically prepares your body and mind for the deeper work of subconscious programming. This small detail strengthens the effectiveness of the affirmations, visualizations, or gratitude practices you perform before bed. Your bed itself is another critical factor. If it is uncomfortable, your body never fully relaxes, and your mind cannot reach the deeper stages of rest that are essential for emotional balance and cognitive growth. Investing in comfort is not about indulgence, it is about making sure your body is free from distraction so your subconscious can focus on the inner work you have directed it to do. A supportive mattress, clean sheets, and the right temperature all create a foundation for the mental programming you seek. Designing your sleep environment for growth also means considering what you allow in visually. The last images your eyes take in before sleep leave an imprint on your mind. If you fall asleep watching negativity or chaos on a screen, those impressions linger, but if the final things you see are words of encouragement, symbols of your goals, or reminders of your values, your subconscious continues working on them as you sleep. You can place inspiring quotes, meaningful photos, or even a vision board in your room as visual anchors that remind you of where you want to go. Each night, these images act as silent guides, reinforcing your direction. Temperature is often overlooked, but plays a big role in sleep quality. A room that is too hot or too cold can prevent deep rest. By finding the temperature that supports relaxation for your body, you ensure that your subconscious is not interrupted in its nightly work. This attention to detail reflects an important truth. Personal growth is not only about grand changes, it is also about small, deliberate choices that build an environment of support. Technology is another element that can either help or hinder you. The blue light from phones and screens confuses your brain, delaying the release of melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep. Beyond the biological effects, the content you consume right before bed also enters your subconscious. Scrolling through stressful news or negative social media feeds is like planting weeds in the garden of your mind. To align your environment with growth, you must set boundaries, remove unnecessary devices from your bedroom, or establish a firm cut-off time to disconnect. This not only protects your subconscious, but also gives you the mental space to focus on practices that actually contribute to your success. Consistency is where the real transformation happens. One night of creating the right environment will help, but the true impact comes when you repeat it night after night until it becomes part of your identity. When your room, your senses, and your nightly habits all signal growth and clarity, your subconscious accepts this as your normal state. You no longer need to force motivation. It becomes automatic, built into the way you live. Over time, this intentional sleep environment shapes not just your nights, but your days. You wake up feeling lighter, more focused, and more prepared to act on your goals. You find yourself calmer in stressful situations because your subconscious has been practicing resilience while you slept. You notice opportunities more quickly because your mind has been trained to look for them. These results are not accidental, they are the product of designing your environment to support who you want to become. The truth is, your bedroom is more than just a physical space. It is a reflection of your inner priorities. If you treat it as an afterthought, you send a signal that growth is not truly a priority. But if you treat it as a training ground, every detail becomes part of a system that builds you into a stronger, more confident version of yourself. So tonight, as you prepare for rest, look around your environment with new eyes. Ask yourself whether your space supports your growth or distracts you from it. Make adjustments where needed. Remove clutter. Adjust lighting. Add supportive sounds or scents, and fill the space with symbols of your goals. Each step you take makes your environment a silent partner in your journey. By programming your sleep environment with intention, you transform your nights into a foundation for your days. You begin to realize that personal growth is not limited to the hours you are awake. It is a continuous process, and with the right environment, every moment of your rest becomes fuel for your transformation. Chapter 10. Direct your nightly thoughts toward health and energy. Your health and energy are shaped not only by the food you eat and the exercise you do, but also by the thoughts you feed your mind before sleep. The last moments of your day carry tremendous weight because they set the stage for how your body restores itself, how your emotions settle, and how your subconscious organizes the patterns that influence tomorrow. When you deliberately direct your nightly thoughts toward health and energy, you take control of an invisible but powerful process that transforms the way you feel and live. Every night before you close your eyes, your mind is still active. It replays what happened during the day, processes emotions, and decides what to prioritize in memory. If you allow this time to be filled with stress, fear, or fatigue, those thoughts extend into your rest and leave you waking up, feeling heavy and unmotivated. But if you choose to end your day by focusing on vitality, renewal, and strength, you send your subconscious a clear message to rebuild your body, refresh your energy, and prepare you for a better tomorrow. Health and energy begin with intention. When you tell yourself before sleep that your body is strong, your cells are renewing, and your energy is growing, you prime your mind and body to align with those instructions. The subconscious does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It accepts the thoughts you repeat as truth and works on them while you rest. This is why your nightly thoughts matter so much. They are not idle words. They are seeds planted in fertile ground, shaping the state of your body and spirit. One practical step you can take is to establish a short nightly practice of affirmations. As you lie in bed, repeat clear, positive statements such as, "My body restores itself deeply during sleep," or "I wake up full of energy and vitality." These words are not just comforting, they act as directions for your subconscious to follow. Over time, they create new patterns that directly influence your health habits, your mental clarity, and your daily energy levels. Breathing practices also amplify this process. By taking slow, deep breaths as you affirm your health and energy, you calm your nervous system and signal safety to your brain. This state of calm allows your body to activate its natural repair systems more effectively. With each exhale, imagine stress leaving your body. With each inhale, imagine energy filling your cells. This simple exercise strengthens the connection between your mind and body, making your nightly thoughts more powerful in shaping your reality. Visualization is another tool you can use to direct your mind before rest. Picture yourself waking up refreshed, moving through the day with strength and confidence, and engaging in healthy actions with ease. Imagine your body filled with lightness, energy, and resilience. This mental rehearsal prepares your subconscious to create the conditions for those outcomes. By holding this image each night, You reinforce the belief that health and energy are natural states for you, and your body responds by aligning itself with that vision. Your nightly thoughts also influence your relationship with stress. When you go to bed, carrying tension from the day, your body remains in a state of alertness, which drains your energy and weakens your health over time. Choosing instead to release the weight of the day before sleep allows your subconscious to focus on recovery rather than defense. You can practice this by silently acknowledging any stress and then replacing it with thoughts such as, "I release this day fully," or "My mind is calm and my body is at peace." These simple phrases close the chapter of the day and prepare you to renew yourself overnight. Directing your nightly thoughts toward health also means being mindful of gratitude for your body. Instead of focusing on what is lacking or what is difficult, spend a few moments appreciating the parts of your body that support you every day. Thank your lungs for breathing, your heart for beating, your legs for carrying you, and your mind for learning. Gratitude places your focus on abundance rather than deficiency, which creates a mental environment where healing and energy can thrive. Energy is not only physical, it is also emotional and mental. If your nightly thoughts are full of fear, resentment, or self-criticism, your subconscious holds on to those emotions and they carry into the next day. Replacing those thoughts with kindness, encouragement, and trust in your ability to grow creates a different result. You wake up feeling lighter because your mind spent the night rehearsing resilience rather than repeating negativity. This shift can change the way you respond to challenges, how you interact with others, and how much motivation you bring to your goals. Another practical step is to eliminate overstimulation before sleep. If you expose your mind to chaotic or negative information right before bed, those impressions become the foundation of your nightly thoughts. Instead, choose to end your day with inputs that reinforce health and vitality. This could be reading a few inspiring lines, listening to calming music, or repeating empowering affirmations. By consciously controlling what you consume in the last hour before rest, you strengthen your ability to program your subconscious for energy and wellness. Directing your nightly thoughts is also about consistency. One night of positive focus will help, but transformation comes from repetition. Each evening you reinforce health and energy, you deepen the pattern in your subconscious. It becomes more natural for you to think, feel, and act in ways that support your well-being. Over time, this practice builds a foundation that makes health less of an effort and more of an identity. The beauty of this approach is that it requires no extra time in your day. You are already going to sleep. The difference is in what you choose to think in those final moments. Instead of leaving your mind on autopilot, you take control and direct it with intention. This small act has a ripple effect, influencing how your body repairs itself, how your energy renews, and how your mind prepares for the challenges ahead. Imagine waking up not with heaviness or fatigue, but with a genuine sense of vitality. Your steps feel lighter, your thoughts feel clearer, and your motivation comes naturally. This is the result of training your subconscious each night to focus on health and energy. It is not magic. It is the outcome of consistency, intention, and belief, reinforced during your most receptive state. Your nightly thoughts are one of the most powerful tools you have for shaping your health and energy. You do not need expensive treatments or complicated systems. You need focus, discipline, and the willingness to guide your mind. Each night gives you an opportunity to renew not just your body, but also your beliefs about what is possible for you. When you choose to direct your thoughts before sleep, you are taking responsibility for your well-being in a way that is both simple and profound. You are deciding that health and energy are not left to chance, but are created by the choices you make, even in the quiet moments before rest. Over time, this decision transforms the way you live, because you begin to carry into each day the strength you built each night. As you close your eyes tonight, remind yourself of the power you hold. Speak words of renewal, picture your body growing stronger, and feel the calm of gratitude filling your heart. With each night, you are programming your subconscious to serve you, to restore you, and to prepare you for a life filled with health and energy. This is how you take control of your nights, and in doing so, you take control of your days. Chapter 11. Use sleep learning to grow discipline and consistency. Discipline and consistency are the real foundations of success, and when you learn how to use your sleep as a tool to strengthen these qualities, you unlock an advantage that most people overlook. Every day, you are faced with choices that test your ability to stay committed, whether it is following through on habits, keeping promises to yourself, or resisting the temptation to quit when things get hard. The truth is, discipline is not built in the moment of decision. It is built in the hours before, in the preparation of your mind, and even in the conditioning that happens while you sleep. Sleep learning is the practice of guiding your subconscious during rest with intentional thoughts, affirmations, and audio that reinforce the qualities you want to develop. When you go to bed with messages of structure, perseverance, and focus playing in your mind, you are creating mental pathways that make discipline and consistency feel more natural when you wake up. This is not about forcing yourself to work harder by sheer willpower. It is about shaping your identity at the deepest level so that staying consistent becomes who you are, not just what you do. Most people try to create discipline during the day, but the mind is already filled with distractions, stress, and tasks that pull energy in every direction. Nighttime is different. While you sleep, your subconscious is open, unguarded, and highly receptive to suggestion. This is why using affirmations or audio designed to strengthen discipline is so powerful. Imagine falling asleep, hearing phrases like, "I follow through on my commitments," "I stay consistent no matter what challenges appear," or "My habits align with my goals." These words do not disappear into the night. They continue looping in your subconscious, teaching your mind to embrace discipline as a natural state. Discipline often fails because people rely on motivation, which is temporary and unreliable. Motivation fades when the work feels boring or difficult, but discipline is the muscle that keeps you moving forward, even when inspiration is gone. Sleep learning reinforces this by training your subconscious to choose commitment over comfort. The more your mind absorbs this message while you rest, the more automatic it becomes to follow through when you are awake. You no longer have to argue with yourself about whether to act. You simply act because your mind is aligned with consistency. One practical way to apply this is by creating a nightly audio track with affirmations that speak directly to your desire for discipline. Record yourself repeating powerful statements, or use pre-made affirmations that focus on persistence, follow-through, and steady progress. Play this track at a low volume as you drift into sleep. Over time, your subconscious accepts these statements as truth, and you will notice yourself making disciplined choices with less resistance. Another approach is to review your commitments before bed and set clear intentions for the next day. By writing down the actions you will take and pairing them with affirmations about your ability to follow through, you give your subconscious a roadmap to work on during sleep. Instead of waking up uncertain or distracted, you wake up with a sense of clarity and direction because your mind has already been preparing overnight. This practice builds consistency as you begin each day with a clear focus on what matters most. Discipline is also about managing emotions that pull you off track, like impatience, frustration, or self-doubt. Sleep learning can help here too, by listening to words that reinforce calm, patience, and resilience. you train your subconscious to handle these emotions with strength. Instead of giving up when progress feels slow, you find yourself staying steady. Instead of doubting your ability, you hear the echo of the affirmations reminding you that you are capable and committed. This emotional training during rest strengthens your ability to stay disciplined under pressure. Consistency requires more than isolated effort. It demands a system. Sleep learning helps you integrate that system into your subconscious. For example, affirmations like, "I complete my routines every day," or "I build habits that last," create an internal rhythm that guides your behavior. Soon routines like exercising, journaling, or focusing on work stop feeling like chores and start feeling automatic. You no longer rely on bursts of energy, you rely on the structure that your mind has been practicing all night. Over time, this practice changes the way you view yourself. You stop seeing discipline as something difficult or forced, and start seeing yourself as a disciplined person. That identity shift is the real key, because when you believe you are disciplined, your actions naturally follow. Consistency becomes less about effort and more about alignment with who you are. This is the difference between people who struggle to maintain habits and those who thrive in them. The disciplined ones have built their identity around consistency, and sleep learning is a powerful way to accelerate that process. It is also important to understand that discipline does not mean rigidity. True discipline is about flexibility within commitment. By programming your mind during sleep to embrace discipline, you are not making yourself rigid, you are making yourself reliable. You become the kind of person who adapts to challenges but never abandons the path. Your subconscious supports you by reminding you of your long-term vision, even when short-term distractions appear. One of the most overlooked benefits of sleep learning is how it reduces the mental resistance you feel toward discipline. Many people know what they need to do but waste energy fighting with themselves about whether to do it. This inner conflict drains energy and creates inconsistency. Sleep learning bypasses that struggle by training your subconscious to accept discipline as natural. Instead of waking up with resistance, you wake up with readiness. As you continue this practice night after night, you begin to see results that reinforce your belief in discipline. Each time you follow through on a task, no matter how small, your mind collects evidence that you are consistent. This creates a cycle of success. Your nightly affirmations strengthen your discipline, your daily actions prove it, and your subconscious absorbs the proof to make it even stronger. The more you repeat this cycle, the easier it becomes to stay on track. Imagine what your life would look like if consistency was no longer a struggle. Your goals would move forward steadily instead of in bursts and pauses. Your habits would compound day after day, creating real transformation. You would trust yourself more deeply because you would know that when you commit, you follow through. This is not an unreachable dream. It is the natural result of aligning your nightly thoughts with your desire for discipline. Every night offers you the chance to grow stronger in discipline and consistency. Instead of ending the day with random thoughts, stress, or distraction, you can end it with intention by guiding your subconscious with affirmations, visualizations, and audio designed to build discipline. You are preparing yourself for success while your body rests. It is one of the most effortless yet powerful ways to build the qualities that separate those who dream from those who achieve. So, as you prepare to sleep tonight, remember the choice is in your hands. You can drift off passively and hope for better results, or you can take control and use your rest to train your mind for discipline and consistency. With each night, you strengthen the foundation of your character, and with each morning, you wake up more prepared to live the life you are building. This is how you transform discipline from a struggle into a way of being, and how you turn consistency into the steady force that carries you to your highest potential. Chapter 12. rehearse inner strength every night to overcome challenges. Strength is not something you discover in the easy moments of life. It is something you create in the quiet hours when no one is watching, especially at night when the mind is open and ready to be shaped. Each evening gives you an opportunity to rehearse the kind of inner power you will need to face the challenges that come your way. Just as a musician practices scales or an athlete trains their body, you can practice your resilience and fortitude in the stillness of night until it becomes a natural part of who you are. When the day ends, the mind often replays worries, regrets, or fears. Many people fall asleep consumed by thoughts of what went wrong or what they cannot control. This weakens their confidence and makes it harder to rise strong in the morning. But you can flip that pattern. Instead of ending the day with doubt, you can train your subconscious to embrace strength, courage, and perseverance. Rehearsing inner strength at night allows you to program your mind to meet difficulties with determination instead of hesitation. The process begins with awareness. As you prepare to rest, pause and notice the thoughts filling your mind. If they are heavy with negativity, consciously replace them with words of strength. Speak to yourself with statements such as, "I am stronger than the obstacles I face," or "Every challenge is a chance for me to rise higher." Repeat them slowly, letting each word settle into your mind before you drift into sleep. By doing this consistently, you are teaching your subconscious to hold on to strength instead of weakness, courage instead of fear. This rehearsal is not about pretending life is easy. It is about conditioning yourself to stand firm when it is hard. Life will always bring unexpected difficulties, setbacks in work, disappointments in relationships, or struggles with health. But if you have trained your inner strength night after night, you do not meet these challenges empty-handed. You wake up with the quiet confidence that you can handle them because your mind has been practicing resilience while you slept. Visualization can make this practice even more powerful. Before closing your eyes, picture yourself facing a challenge that you know is coming or one that has troubled you in the past. See yourself standing tall, calm, and unshaken. Imagine yourself speaking with confidence, acting with courage, and moving forward no matter how difficult the situation appears. Play this scene in your mind until it feels real. The more you visualize your strength, the more your subconscious accepts it as your natural response. Then, when the real challenge appears, you respond with the same calm and strength you rehearsed. Inner strength is not only about surviving difficulties, it is also about resisting the temptation to give up on your goals. Each night, remind yourself why you are on your path, what matters to you, and why quitting is not an option. Say to yourself, "I am committed to finishing what I start," or "I rise every time I fall." These declarations sink into your subconscious and strengthen your resolve so that when fatigue or frustration shows up, you have already rehearsed the determination to push through. Another way to build strength at night is by reflecting on the obstacles you overcame during the day. Instead of ending the day with complaints about what went wrong, highlight the moments when you demonstrated courage, patience, or discipline. Acknowledge even the smallest victories because they prove to your mind that you are capable of resilience. By reinforcing these moments before sleep, you program your subconscious to expect strength from you again tomorrow. Your inner strength grows when you rehearse not just with words, but with emotions. Feel the determination in your chest as you repeat affirmations. Feel the calm in your breath as you visualize yourself overcoming difficulties. The more emotion you attach to these nightly practices, the deeper they penetrate your subconscious. Words alone can be forgotten, but emotions leave lasting impressions that shape your automatic responses. Overcoming challenges is not about avoiding struggle. It is about preparing for it. Each night gives you a training ground where you can prepare your mind to meet hardship with resilience. By making this a nightly habit, you eliminate the surprise of difficulty. Instead of being shocked or discouraged when problems arise, you face them as expected tests that you are already prepared to handle. This readiness creates peace because you no longer fear what might happen. You trust in your ability to stand strong regardless of what comes. Rehearsing strength at night also builds self-respect. When you end your day by programming yourself for courage and resilience, you are declaring to yourself that you refuse to be defeated by circumstances. This builds confidence in your ability to rely on yourself, which is the foundation of unshakable strength. Self-respect grows each time you rehearse strength, because you are treating yourself as someone capable, worthy, and resilient. Consistency is key. One night of affirmations will not create lasting change, but night after night of practice creates deep transformation. Think of it as training your subconscious the way you would train a muscle. At first, the effort feels intentional, but with repetition, it becomes natural. Soon, the identity of being a strong, resilient person is no longer something you practice. It is simply who you are, and once it is part of your identity, challenges lose their power to break you. The beauty of this practice is that it requires no extra time during your busy day. It happens during the quiet moments before rest, when you are already preparing for sleep. Instead of filling that time with distractions or worry, you fill it with strength-building rehearsals. In doing so, you are not just resting your body, you are strengthening your mind. Every morning you rise with more power than you had the day before. Imagine the cumulative effect of this practice. Weeks of nightly rehearsal turn into months, and months turn into years. Over time, you develop an unshakable core of strength that carries you through every season of life. Difficulties still come, but they no longer control you. Fear still tries to whisper, but it no longer stops you. Doubt may appear, but it quickly fades against the strength you have built within. When others crumble under pressure, you will stand tall because you have rehearsed this strength again and again. When challenges pile up, you will move forward because you have programmed your subconscious to keep going. The practice of rehearsing inner strength at night is not just a ritual, it is a transformation of who you are at the deepest level. So as you prepare to close your eyes tonight, remember the opportunity in front of you. You can allow your mind to wander aimlessly, or you can take control and rehearse the strength you want to carry into tomorrow. Each word you repeat, each visualization you create, and each emotion you attach builds the foundation of the resilient person you are becoming. This is how you prepare yourself not just to face challenges, but to overcome them with courage, determination, and unshakable inner strength. Chapter 13. Empower your self-image by repeating positive nightly phrases. The way you see yourself determines how much you allow yourself to grow, and the most powerful time to reshape that vision is at night, when your mind is ready to receive new instructions. Every evening gives you the chance to plant words into your subconscious that strengthen your self-image and allow you to wake up with more confidence, more clarity, and more belief in your potential. By repeating positive nightly phrases, you train your inner world to support your outer goals, and you slowly replace every doubt with a foundation of certainty about who you are becoming. Most people underestimate the influence of self-image. They think success is about effort alone, but effort without belief rarely lasts. If deep down you see yourself as weak, unworthy, or incapable, your actions will always align with that picture. The opposite is also true. When you see yourself as strong, capable, and deserving, you naturally move in the direction of progress. That is why rehearsing positive phrases at night is not just a simple ritual, it is a way to reconstruct the blueprint of your identity. As you lie down to rest, your conscious mind begins to slow, and the subconscious becomes more receptive. This is when you have the power to bypass doubt and insert new beliefs directly into the core of your thinking. Phrases like "I respect myself," "I am worthy of success," or "I am growing stronger every day" are not just words. They are building blocks for the person you want to become. Spoken with intention, they settle into the subconscious, where they begin to shape your automatic thoughts, your daily habits, and your long-term destiny. The more you repeat empowering statements, the clearer your self-image becomes. It is like feeding your mind new instructions until it fully accepts them as truth. At first, it might feel unnatural. You may struggle to believe the words, but the purpose of repetition is to break through that resistance. The subconscious learns through consistency, and every time you repeat a phrase, you are carving it deeper into the patterns of your mind. With time, what once felt forced becomes your natural way of thinking. This practice is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about creating a stronger version of yourself, so that you can face life with confidence. If you repeat nightly phrases that affirm your worth and potential, you will start to carry yourself differently. You will make choices that align with your best self, because your subconscious has been programmed to expect nothing less. Your self-image is like an internal mirror, and the clearer and stronger it is, the more it reflects in your behavior and achievements. One of the most effective ways to apply this method is by choosing phrases that directly address the areas where you lack confidence. If you often doubt your abilities, tell yourself each night, "I trust my skills and judgment." If you struggle with self-worth, repeat, "I deserve love, respect, and success." If you battle procrastination, affirm, "I follow through with discipline and commitment." Each phrase acts as a correction to the limiting beliefs you have carried for years. Instead of letting old programming control you, you overwrite it with new empowering truths. To strengthen the process, connect emotion to the words you repeat. Do not just say the phrases mechanically, feel the truth in them, as if they are already a part of you. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the words sink into your chest. The emotional connection is what makes the subconscious absorb them more deeply. The stronger the emotion, the more lasting the impact. Over time, the new phrases you rehearse will become the voice of your inner dialogue, replacing negativity with confidence and strength. As your self-image improves, you begin to notice subtle changes in your daily life. You walk with more certainty. You approach challenges with less hesitation. You take opportunities you once would have ignored. These changes are not accidents. They are the direct result of the new identity you are building through nightly repetition. When your subconscious believes you are capable and deserving, your conscious actions naturally align with that belief. Another benefit of this practice is the peace it brings before sleep. Many people lie awake, replaying failures and criticisms, which only damages their self-image further. By consciously replacing those thoughts with positive phrases, you quiet the negativity and end your day with hope instead of worry. This not only improves the quality of your rest, but also allows you to wake up refreshed and aligned with a stronger version of yourself. Imagine the impact of doing this for weeks, months, and years. Your self-image would no longer be shaped by old memories, external criticism, or past mistakes. It would be shaped by the words you choose to repeat and the beliefs you decide to strengthen. You would no longer be held back by doubt because your subconscious would no longer recognize it as part of who you are. Instead, it would automatically guide you toward courage, resilience, and achievement. What makes this practice powerful is that it requires no special tools, no extra time, and no complicated routine. All it demands is your intention and consistency. Every night, before drifting into sleep, you take a few minutes to speak words of power into yourself. That small habit compounds into massive transformation because the subconscious never sleeps. It continues to work with the instructions you give it, shaping your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors long after you close your eyes. The truth is, your self-image influences every aspect of your life. How you treat yourself, how others treat you, the risks you take, and the opportunities you pursue. If your inner picture is weak, your outer life will reflect that weakness. But if your inner picture is strong, your outer life will rise to meet that strength. By repeating positive nightly phrases, you are no longer leaving your self-image to chance. You are deliberately constructing it, piece by piece, until it matches the person you truly want to be. So tonight, as you prepare for rest, take control of the conversation in your mind. Refuse to let fear, criticism, or doubt dominate your thoughts. Replace them with words that empower you, words that remind you of your worth, and words that shape a self-image capable of achieving your goals. Do this every night, and you will notice your reflection in life begin to change. Not because the world suddenly shifted, but because you shifted the way you see yourself. And once your self-image is strong, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. Chapter 14. Activate your creativity by planting ideas during rest. Your mind holds limitless creative power, and the hours you spend sleeping can become the gateway to unlocking ideas you never thought possible. Each night, as your body rests, your subconscious continues to process information, connect patterns, and generate insights that are often hidden during the rush of the day. By deliberately planting ideas before you fall asleep, you give your mind the raw material it needs to create solutions, spark inspiration, and open new pathways of thought that can transform your work, your passions, and your entire approach to life. Creativity is not limited to artists, musicians, or inventors. It is the ability to see beyond the obvious and shape possibilities in any area of life. When you learn how to use rest as a tool for creativity, you start to notice new perspectives in your relationships, career, health, and personal growth. Every problem becomes an opportunity for your mind to design a fresh solution. Every challenge becomes a puzzle waiting to be solved. By setting an intention before bed, you essentially invite your subconscious to work on your behalf, silently constructing ideas while you sleep peacefully. The process begins with clarity. If you go to sleep with scattered thoughts, your subconscious will process them in the same chaotic way. But if you focus on a single idea, question, or goal, you give your mind a clear direction. For example, you might ask yourself, what is the best way to approach this project? Or how can I bring more joy into my daily routine? As you drift off, those thoughts remain active in the background, and your mind begins weaving connections that may not appear in the daylight hours. Often, you will wake with new insights, or at least a sense of clarity that wasn't there before. This is why so many breakthroughs throughout history have been linked to sleep. Inventors, scientists, and creators have often credited their dreams or late-night insights with leading them to discoveries. But this ability is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to engage their subconscious with purpose. Your mind is constantly observing, storing, and processing information, and when you step out of the way by resting, it has the freedom to arrange those pieces into something meaningful. To activate this process, create a nightly ritual of planting ideas. Before lying down, write a simple statement or question in a journal. Keep it short and specific. This act of writing reinforces the thought and sends a signal to your mind that it is important. Then, as you settle into bed, repeat the thought silently to yourself a few times, not with stress or urgency, but with calm expectation. By doing this, you are essentially handing the task over to your subconscious, trusting it to work while you rest. When you wake, pay attention to the ideas or impressions that surface. They may come as a clear thought, a sudden urge to take action, or even a solution to something you didn't know was connected. Some insights might seem small at first, but when acted upon, they often lead to greater opportunities. The important step is to capture these ideas quickly before they fade, either by writing them down or recording them. Over time, this practice will sharpen your creative awareness and train your mind to deliver valuable insights more consistently. Another way to enhance this process is by surrounding yourself with inspiration before bed. Instead of scrolling through negative news or meaningless distractions, choose something that stimulates your imagination. Read a few pages of a thought-provoking book, listen to uplifting audio, or review your goals. These inputs act as seeds that your subconscious can cultivate while you sleep. The quality of what you feed your mind directly influences the quality of the ideas it produces. By intentionally choosing empowering material, you are programming your creativity to grow in the direction that supports your future. You may also find it helpful to visualize outcomes as you drift off. Picture yourself solving a problem, expressing your creativity, or achieving a specific result. Do not force the details. Simply hold a mental image of success. The subconscious responds strongly to images and emotions, and this combination can accelerate the process of generating fresh ideas. Even if the exact picture doesn't manifest, the act of visualization primes your mind to search for paths that bring you closer to that reality. Consistency is key. The more you practice planting ideas during rest, the more responsive your subconscious becomes. At first, the results may feel subtle, but over time you will notice patterns. Waking with motivation, recalling dreams that spark insights, or realizing solutions come to you with less effort. This is not about controlling the mind, but guiding it. Your role is to provide direction. Your subconscious will handle the rest. The beauty of this practice is that it combines rest with productivity in a natural and effortless way. You are not adding more strain to your day. You are simply redirecting the time you already spend sleeping into a tool for growth. This means your nights become just as purposeful as your days, and you wake each morning not only refreshed but also equipped with new ideas to carry forward. The discipline to do this nightly is what separates those who live reactively from those who live intentionally. Most people allow their minds to wander aimlessly before sleep, filling them with worry or distraction. You can choose differently. By focusing your last thoughts on creativity, you are setting a higher standard for how you use your mental energy. Over time, this habit shapes you into someone who sees possibilities where others see obstacles, someone who generates solutions instead of excuses, and someone who builds a life fueled by innovation rather than limitation. Imagine the compounding effect of practicing this for months and years. You would become a constant source of fresh ideas, not only for yourself, but for others around you. Your conversations would carry more depth, your projects would reflect more originality, and your confidence would grow as you see evidence of your creativity unfolding in real life. This transformation is not sudden but steady, the result of repeatedly planting seeds each night and allowing them to grow while you rest. Every great achievement begins in the mind, and the hours you spend asleep are not wasted. They are an untapped resource. By deliberately using those hours to activate creativity, you harness a part of yourself that is often ignored. You learn to trust your inner wisdom, to respect the process of rest, and to recognize that ideas flow naturally when you create the right conditions. Each night becomes an opportunity to move closer to the life you want, powered not by force but by the quiet strength of your subconscious working in harmony with your goals. So tonight, take control of the final thoughts you carry into sleep. Instead of closing the day with stress, give your mind a purpose. Plant the seed of an idea you want to grow, and trust that as you rest, your inner world is at work building connections and possibilities. Do this faithfully, and you will discover that creativity is not something rare or random. It is something you can activate, nurture, and expand every single night. Your mind already holds the answers you seek, and by planting ideas during rest, you unlock an illimate source of inspiration that can change the way you live and the way you create. Chapter 15. Strengthen self-worth nightly with affirmations of personal value. Your sense of personal value is the foundation upon which every decision, action, and relationship is built, and strengthening it nightly can transform not just how you see yourself, but how you navigate the world. Every evening provides a unique opportunity to reinforce your self-worth by consciously affirming the qualities, strengths, and potential that make you valuable. When you commit to repeating affirmations that honor your personal value, you program your subconscious to recognize your importance and capability, creating a lasting confidence that carries into every aspect of your life. Self-worth is not something granted by others. It is cultivated from within. Many people look outside themselves for validation, measuring their value by achievements, recognition, or the approval of others. This approach is fragile because external factors are unpredictable and often temporary. True self-worth comes from acknowledging your own inherent value and reinforcing it consistently. Nightly affirmations are a direct, actionable way to establish that recognition at the deepest level of your mind. As you prepare to rest, take a moment to identify the qualities that make you inherently valuable. Reflect on your strengths, your resilience, your ability to learn, and the contributions you make, even in small ways. Turn these observations into positive statements that resonate with you personally. Phrases such as, "I am worthy of love and respect," "I honor my talents and strengths," or "I am enough exactly as I am," help communicate to your subconscious that your value is real, present, and unshakable. The repetition of affirmations works because the subconscious mind does not differentiate between imagined reality and actual reality. By stating positive truths about yourself regularly, especially in the calm moments before sleep, you begin to override old patterns of self-doubt and criticism. These affirmations seep into your inner dialogue, slowly replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones. Over time, the voice inside your head becomes a consistent source of encouragement rather than judgment. Emotion plays a critical role in this process. Simply reciting words without feeling them has limited effect. As you repeat your affirmations, allow yourself to genuinely feel the truth behind each phrase. Let a sense of pride, respect, and self-acceptance fill your mind and body. The emotional connection strengthens the neural pathways that reinforce self-worth, making these beliefs more automatic and deeply embedded in your subconscious. Nightly practice also allows you to confront and heal areas where self-worth may have been eroded. Think about moments in your life where you felt inadequate, overlooked, or undervalued. As you restate your value each night, you are effectively addressing these wounds, gradually neutralizing the negative impact of past experiences. Your mind begins to replace insecurity with recognition of your innate importance, creating a more resilient and confident sense of self. Consistency is essential. Doing this exercise once or sporadically will have minimal effect because self-worth, like any skill, grows through repeated reinforcement. Each night, make it a non-negotiable part of your routine to affirm your value. The cumulative effect of weeks and months of nightly practice compounds into a deep-seated belief that you are worthy, capable, and deserving of all good things. This is how long-lasting self-worth is built. Another key aspect of strengthening self-worth at night is reflection. Before sleep, review moments in the day where you demonstrated value, whether through kindness, persistence, creativity, or personal growth. Celebrate these moments internally and use them as evidence of your worth. When paired with affirmations, this reflection reinforces the truth that your value is not hypothetical, it is evident in your daily life. The combination of acknowledgement and affirmation creates a powerful feedback loop that embeds self-worth into your identity. The environment in which you practice also matters. Create a quiet, calm space that signals to your mind that it is time for focus and reflection. Dim the lights, reduce distractions, and allow yourself to fully engage with your affirmations. Treat this nightly practice as a ritual of self-respect. The more significance you assign to it, the more deeply your subconscious absorbs the messages you are delivering. Strengthening self-worth is transformative because it affects all areas of life. When you believe in your value, you make choices that reflect it. You pursue goals with confidence, set boundaries with clarity, and interact with others from a place of security rather than fear. Relationships improve because you no longer seek approval at the expense of your integrity. Work and personal projects flourish because you trust in your abilities and commit fully to the effort required. Every action is influenced positively by a strong internal sense of worth. The night is an ideal time for this work because the mind is most receptive as it transitions into sleep. While the conscious mind rests, the subconscious continues to process and store information. By planting affirmations of personal value at this moment, you give your mind clear instructions about how to perceive you and your capabilities. Over time, your subconscious adopts these beliefs as truths, automatically guiding your thoughts, actions, and reactions in alignment with your strengthened self-worth. Imagine the long-term effects of this practice. With nightly reinforcement, you wake up with confidence and clarity. Challenges no longer shake your sense of importance because you have established a deep reservoir of self-worth. Opportunities that once seemed intimidating now appear achievable because your belief in yourself supports bold action. Gradually, the way you see yourself aligns fully with the potential you possess, and this alignment changes not only your inner world, but the results you achieve in the external world. This practice also nurtures resilience. Life will always present difficulties, but a strong sense of self-worth allows you to navigate obstacles without being crushed by them. When you know your value, you do not measure yourself by temporary setbacks or external criticism. You have a stable inner foundation that supports perseverance, courage, and consistent growth. Nightly affirmations act as both training and reinforcement for this foundation, creating a reliable inner resource that empowers you daily. The simplicity of this approach makes it accessible to anyone. You do not need special tools or extended periods of practice. All it requires is intention, focus, and repetition. Each night, affirm your value, reflect on your strengths, and feel the truth of your words. With dedication, these moments become a powerful catalyst for transformation, gradually reshaping the way you perceive yourself and the way you live. Every night is an opportunity to strengthen the core belief that you are worthy. By consistently affirming your personal value, you not only improve your self-perception, but also influence how the world interacts with you. Confidence, boundaries, and self-respect naturally follow. Your daily decisions, habits, and relationships will reflect the inner strength cultivated through this practice. Over time, the results are profound, affecting every corner of your life and shaping a future defined by self-assurance and achievement. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, commit to honoring yourself with intentional affirmations. Speak to your subconscious with clarity and sincerity. Repeat your value as truth, and allow yourself to feel it deeply. By doing so, you are not only reinforcing your worth, you are creating a foundation that will support every action, every choice, and every goal moving forward. Your self-worth is your most important asset, and nurturing it nightly ensures that it grows stronger, steadier, and more influential in every aspect of your life. Chapter 16. Replace self-doubt nightly with words of inner courage. Courage is cultivated quietly in the mind, and the most effective time to strengthen it is during the hours of rest, when self-doubt is most vulnerable to being replaced by conviction. Each night provides an opportunity to intentionally feed your subconscious with words of inner courage, gradually transforming hesitation and fear into confidence and decisive action. By consciously choosing phrases that embody bravery, you teach your mind to respond to challenges with calm strength rather than uncertainty, creating a foundation for lasting resilience. Self-doubt is a natural part of the human experience, but when it dominates, it undermines potential and prevents action. Many people carry thoughts like, "I am not capable" or "I will fail," without even realizing the effect they have on their behavior. These beliefs quietly erode motivation, decision-making, and confidence. By replacing them nightly with affirmations of courage, you disrupt the negative patterns and give your mind a new, empowering script to follow. The first step is awareness. As you prepare to sleep, take note of recurring doubts or fears that emerge during the day. Identify specific areas where self-doubt holds you back, whether in work, relationships, personal goals, or daily tasks. Writing them down can help clarify exactly what you need to target with affirmations. Once you have identified these thoughts, craft concise statements that counter them directly. Examples include, "I am capable of handling every challenge," "I face difficulties with strength and calm," or "I trust myself to take action confidently." Repetition is key. As you repeat these affirmations before sleep, speak them slowly and with intention. Let each phrase sink into your mind, imagining it replacing the space previously occupied by doubt. Nightly repetition allows your subconscious to internalize these statements, making courage a more automatic response rather than a conscious effort. Over time, your internal dialogue shifts from hesitation to confidence, fundamentally altering how you approach life. Emotion intensifies the effect. Simply reciting words mechanically has minimal impact, but if you truly feel the courage behind each phrase, it embeds more deeply into your subconscious. Focus on the sensation of strength, steadiness, and determination as you repeat your affirmations. Visualize yourself acting courageously in scenarios that once intimidated you. The combination of words, emotion, and visualization creates a powerful imprint that guides your thoughts and behaviors. Nightly practice also strengthens resilience. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. By affirming bravery while your conscious mind is calm and receptive, you prepare yourself to confront fears with clarity rather than panic. Your subconscious begins to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to exercise strength, making it easier to maintain composure and take decisive action in real-world situations. Another effective method is to reflect on past moments of courage before sleep. Recall times when you overcame fear, faced difficulty, or acted boldly despite uncertainty. Acknowledge the inner strength you demonstrated in those instances and allow it to reinforce the affirmations you are repeating. This process reminds your subconscious that courage is already a part of you and strengthens the belief that you can summon it again whenever necessary. Creating a supportive sleep environment enhances the process. Eliminate distractions and noise that might disrupt your focus. Dim lights and create a sense of calm to signal to your mind that it is time for focused reflection. The quieter and more intentional the environment, the more effectively your subconscious receives the affirmations and integrates them into your mental framework. Consistency is essential. Replacing self-doubt with courage is not a single event. It is a habit cultivated nightly. Over weeks and months, the repeated reinforcement transforms your internal landscape, Doubts that once seemed insurmountable lose their power, and a steady sense of bravery becomes your default state. This gradual transformation extends into every area of life, from daily decisions to long-term goals, because the subconscious now expects courage as the natural response to challenges. This practice also encourages proactive thinking. As self-doubt diminishes, you begin to anticipate solutions and opportunities rather than focusing on potential failures. Courage becomes a guiding force that motivates you to take initiative and act decisively. You stop waiting for perfect conditions and start creating progress, knowing that your inner strength will support you through uncertainty. The act of nightly affirmation has a cumulative effect. Each evening, the repetition reinforces the neural pathways associated with confidence, bravery, and resilience. Your subconscious mind absorbs these messages and gradually transforms them into automatic thought patterns. Over time, courage becomes a natural part of your identity rather than a temporary state you must force. You begin to approach life with a sense of calm assertiveness, ready to face challenges without hesitation or fear. Nighttime is especially powerful because the conscious mind is relaxed and the subconscious is highly receptive. Unlike the distractions of daytime, the quiet moments before sleep allow you to focus completely on reinforcing the beliefs that will guide your behavior. By dedicating these moments to building courage, you leverage the natural processing power of your mind, turning rest into an active tool for personal growth. Incorporating this practice also reduces anxiety and stress. Fear and hesitation often generate tension that carries into daily life. By intentionally replacing self-doubt with courage each night, you create a sense of calm confidence that extends into your waking hours. The mind begins to anticipate challenges with preparation rather than worry, and you find yourself navigating obstacles with steadiness and clarity. Imagine the long-term impact of this nightly discipline. Your internal dialogue becomes dominated by strength rather than fear. You approach opportunities with confidence, setbacks with resilience, and uncertainties with composure. The habit of planting courage each night transforms your identity, reinforcing the belief that you are capable, resourceful, and fearless in the face of life's challenges. Every night presents a choice. Allow doubt to occupy your mind, or replace it with deliberate words of courage. By consistently choosing courage, you create a powerful inner force that shapes your actions, decisions, and outcomes. This is not a temporary fix, but a lasting transformation that turns hesitation into action, fear into motivation, and uncertainty into clarity. Tonight, before sleep, commit to speaking words of courage into your subconscious. Let each phrase resonate deeply, visualizing yourself acting with bravery in the situations that matter most. Trust in the process, repeat it consistently, and allow your inner strength to grow quietly and steadily. With nightly dedication, self-doubt loses its influence, and a foundation of unwavering courage guides every step of your life. Chapter 17. Build focus and clarity by training the sleeping mind. Focus and clarity are not gifts you are born with, they are skills you can train nightly while your mind is most receptive and quiet. Every evening offers a unique opportunity to prepare your subconscious for precision, attention, and mental sharpness that will carry into the next day. By intentionally guiding your thoughts before sleep, you can strengthen your ability to concentrate, make decisions with clarity, and eliminate mental clutter that slows progress. Training your mind during rest is a strategic way to build focus without forcing effort or overloading your conscious thinking. Distraction is one of the greatest obstacles to achievement. Even when you plan your day carefully, a scattered mind can prevent execution. Building focus starts with understanding that your mind does not stop processing when you sleep. It continues to organize, prioritize, and filter information. By directing this processing intentionally, you can ensure that your mind reinforces clarity and concentration instead of wandering aimlessly. Each night, you have the power to influence what your mind considers important and how it handles challenges in the coming day. The first step in training the sleeping mind is establishing a consistent bedtime routine. Going to sleep at a regular hour signals to your subconscious that it is time to shift into reflection and preparation. Avoid distractions such as screens or stressful activities before bed. Instead, focus on calm, deliberate practices that allow your mind to settle. A quiet environment, steady breathing, and intentional thoughts are the foundation for building mental focus while resting. Once you are calm and ready, direct your attention towards specific intentions related to clarity and focus. Consider repeating statements such as, "I am fully attentive to what matters most," "My mind processes information clearly and efficiently," or "I release distractions and maintain focus easily." These phrases, spoken with intention, program the subconscious to prioritize clear thinking. Repetition ensures that the messages take root and become part of the automatic mental framework you rely on each day. Visualization is a powerful companion to affirmations. Imagine yourself navigating your day with clarity, completing tasks efficiently, and making decisions without hesitation. Picture your mind operating like a precise instrument, filtering out distractions and maintaining attention on the most meaningful actions. By visualizing these scenarios while drifting towards sleep, you allow your subconscious to rehearse the state of focused thinking. This rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways that support sustained attention and mental precision. Nightly reflection enhances this process. Take a few minutes to review the day's activities, identifying where focus was strong and where clarity faltered. Acknowledge successes without judgment and identify areas for improvement. When paired with affirmations and visualization, this reflection primes the mind to approach tomorrow with greater intentionality. You are training your subconscious to recognize patterns of distraction and replace them with habits of attention and clarity. Consistency is essential for measurable results. The mind becomes stronger with repeated guidance, and nightly reinforcement ensures that the focus you build is long-lasting. The subconscious is highly receptive during the transition into sleep, making this the ideal time to instill mental habits that will govern your waking hours. Over time, you will notice a significant reduction in mental clutter, a sharper ability to concentrate, and a heightened awareness of what truly matters. This practice also promotes resilience in decision-making. A focused mind is less prone to confusion, indecision, and stress. By reinforcing clarity each night, you train your subconscious to maintain composure under pressure. Challenges that once felt overwhelming become manageable because your mind automatically organizes information and evaluates options efficiently. This preparation allows you to act with confidence rather than react impulsively or emotionally. Your physical environment influences the quality of this practice. A quiet, comfortable space, free from interruptions, enhances the mind's ability to absorb affirmations and visualizations. Dim lighting, a consistent temperature, and minimal noise all contribute to the subconscious receiving clear, unfragmented signals. The clearer the environment, the clearer the mind becomes in response to the training you provide before sleep. Another element to consider is the integration of breath and body awareness. As you repeat your affirmations and visualize focus, maintain slow, steady breathing and notice physical sensations of calmness. The combination of physical relaxation and mental intention strengthens the connection between mind and body, allowing clarity and concentration to emerge more naturally. You are not only training thought patterns, but also reinforcing the physiological state that supports mental performance. The long-term benefits of nightly mind training are profound. Focus becomes a natural, effortless state rather than a forced effort. Clarity governs your decisions, your priorities are automatically aligned, and mental fatigue decreases because your subconscious supports structured thinking. You find that distractions hold less power and your energy is directed toward what matters most. This creates a cycle of efficiency, productivity, and achievement that compounds over time. This process is not about forcing results or expecting instant transformation. It is about planting deliberate intentions that the subconscious nurtures while you rest. The mind is capable of processing complex patterns, organizing priorities, and generating solutions during sleep, but only if guided with purpose. By consistently feeding it clear, focused thoughts, you ensure that your subconscious works in alignment with your goals, building a foundation of mental clarity that becomes automatic. Nightly training also cultivates awareness. As your focus strengthens, you begin to notice distractions earlier and redirect your attention effectively. Your ability to filter unnecessary information improves, and your mind develops a natural preference for clarity over chaos. This heightened awareness supports better decisions, more productive habits, and a stronger sense of control over your daily life. The practice extends beyond work or tasks. It influences relationships, communication, and personal growth. When your mind is trained to be clear and attentive, interactions with others become more intentional and meaningful. You listen more deeply, respond more thoughtfully, and make choices aligned with your values. The clarity you cultivate during rest translates directly into presence, understanding, and effectiveness in all areas of life. Imagine the cumulative effect of months and years of nightly focus training. Each evening reinforces mental discipline, concentration, and clarity. Your mind becomes a reliable instrument for decision-making, problem-solving, and creativity. You wake each day with a heightened sense of control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Focus and clarity are no longer rare achievements. They become the default state of your consciousness. Every night presents an opportunity to train the sleeping mind. By dedicating a few minutes before rest to affirmations, visualization, reflection, and breath awareness, you leverage the subconscious to strengthen focus and clarity. This deliberate practice turns rest into an active process of personal development, ensuring that each day begins with intention, mental precision, and the confidence to act decisively. Tonight, commit to guiding your mind intentionally as you prepare for sleep. Feed it words of focus, envision clear pathways, and reflect on the areas you want to strengthen. Trust the process, repeat consistently, and allow your subconscious to absorb these lessons. With nightly dedication, your mind becomes sharper, more attentive, and naturally aligned with the clarity and purpose that defines success. Chapter 18. Guide your subconscious nightly to attract better opportunities. Opportunities do not appear by chance. They are drawn to the mind that is prepared, focused, and open, and guiding your subconscious nightly is one of the most powerful ways to align yourself with them. Each night provides a unique window to plant intentions that influence your subconscious perception, allowing you to recognize and attract opportunities that support growth, success, and fulfillment. By consciously feeding your mind with targeted affirmations and visualizations, you create a mental environment that naturally draws closer circumstances and possibilities into your life. The subconscious mind is constantly processing information, even while you sleep, and it has a remarkable ability to identify patterns, solutions, and potential paths that the conscious mind might overlook. When you intentionally direct it towards seeking beneficial opportunities, it begins to filter experiences, connections, and ideas in alignment with your goals. This is not about wishful thinking. It is about training your mental focus to respond to opportunities that already exist and positioning yourself to act on them effectively. Begin by identifying the types of opportunities you wish to attract. Consider your career, personal development, relationships, financial growth, or creative pursuits. Be specific about the qualities and results you desire. This clarity allows your subconscious to work with precise direction rather than vague intentions. Write down these goals or say them aloud in affirmations that reinforce your readiness and openness to receive positive circumstances. Statements such as, "I attract opportunities that align with my purpose," "I recognize potential paths to success easily," or "I am open to beneficial experiences and connections." Guide your mind to prioritize these outcomes. Visualization is a critical component of this process. As you prepare for sleep, imagine yourself encountering opportunities that bring growth and achievement. Picture the scenarios vividly, including the feelings of excitement, confidence, and satisfaction associated with success. When the subconscious mind experiences these images repeatedly, it begins to recognize patterns and align behaviors that increase the likelihood of these events manifesting in real life. Visualization creates a rehearsal effect, training your mind to navigate opportunities with awareness and readiness. The energy you bring to your intentions matters deeply. Your focus should combine clarity with positivity and belief in your ability to act effectively. A skeptical or doubtful mindset diminishes the effectiveness of nightly programming. Fully embrace the reality that opportunities are abundant and accessible when your mind is prepared. Feeling gratitude and excitement as you affirm your openness reinforces the neural pathways that strengthen your subconscious guidance system. Reflection enhances the process. Before sleep, review moments from your day where opportunities appeared or actions were taken toward your goals. Acknowledge progress, however small, and reinforce the mindset that your efforts are creating momentum. Observing patterns of success primes your subconscious to continue generating connections, insights, and possibilities. This reflection is an essential bridge between conscious awareness and subconscious processing. Consistency is the cornerstone of success in guiding your subconscious. Nightly practice ensures that your mind continuously receives clear, focused instructions about the opportunities you seek. One session alone is insufficient to overwrite old habits of ignoring potential, settling for less, or failing to recognize possibilities. Repetition gradually reshapes your subconscious expectations, creating an automatic readiness to notice, act on, and attract beneficial circumstances. Your environment can support this work. Minimize distractions and create a calm, comfortable space that signals your mind to focus inward. Darkness, quiet, and physical relaxation all enhance your subconscious receptivity. The more peaceful and intentional your pre-sleep environment, the more effectively your mind internalizes the affirmations and visualizations designed to attract opportunities. Emotional engagement strengthens the process. As you repeat your affirmations and visualize desired outcomes, allow yourself to feel anticipation, excitement, and confidence. Your subconscious responds to emotional intensity, not just words. The combination of intention, clarity, and positive emotion creates a fertile mental landscape where opportunities are recognized, processed, and acted upon efficiently. Nightly guidance also encourages proactive awareness during waking hours. As your subconscious becomes trained to seek and recognize opportunities, you will notice possibilities in daily life that were previously overlooked. Situations that once seemed ordinary now present openings for growth, connection, or advancement. Your attention shifts naturally to constructive pathways, and your decisions increasingly align with your long-term goals. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between actual experience and deliberate programming. By repeatedly exposing it to images, statements, and feelings associated with beneficial opportunities, it begins to treat these outcomes as plausible and achievable. This internal acceptance translates into confidence, initiative, and a heightened sense of readiness when real-life chances arise. Opportunities that may have seemed intimidating or unlikely are now approached with clarity and decisiveness. Nightly guidance is also a tool for resilience. Sometimes opportunities come with risk, challenge, or uncertainty. By reinforcing the belief that you are capable of navigating favorable circumstances, you prepare your mind to respond effectively rather than hesitantly. Courage, awareness, and adaptability are strengthened alongside opportunity attraction, ensuring that when chances appear, you act with competence and intention. The long-term effect of this practice is transformative. Month by month, your subconscious becomes attuned to recognizing potential, generating insights, and prompting action toward beneficial outcomes. Your waking decisions, relationships, and creative initiatives all begin to reflect the alignment cultivated during nightly preparation. Over time, opportunities no longer seem sporadic or random. They become a natural reflection of your prepared and focused mind. This process is practical and actionable. It requires no extraordinary talent or external resources, only a commitment to nightly intentional practice. Each evening, affirm your openness to opportunities, visualize scenarios of success, reflect on progress, and feel the associated confidence and excitement. With patience and consistency, your subconscious adapts and responds, guiding your actions and attention in ways that manifest real-world results. By taking control of the subconscious nightly, you shift the balance of influence over your life. You move from reacting to circumstances to proactively shaping your path. Opportunities are no longer a matter of luck or timing. They are the natural outcome of a mind trained to recognize, attract, and respond to the possibilities that exist. Night after night, your focus, intention, and emotion cultivate a fertile mental environment where growth and success are inevitable. Every night is a chance to reinforce this powerful habit. Commit to using the hours before sleep to feed your subconscious with targeted affirmations, vivid visualizations, and genuine emotion that reflects readiness for growth. Trust that your mind is capable of guiding you toward beneficial circumstances, and allow this practice to shape not only your perception of opportunity, but your ability to act on it decisively. Over time, the alignment between your subconscious guidance and conscious effort transforms your life, creating a consistent flow of positive, actionable opportunities. Chapter 19. Nurture peace of mind through calming sleep. Affirmations. Peace of mind is the foundation of a fulfilling life, and cultivating it deliberately each night allows you to wake with clarity, calmness, and purpose. The mind rarely rests on its own. It carries thoughts, worries, and unresolved emotions that can spill into sleep and disrupt both rest and emotional balance. By using calming sleep affirmations, you can train your subconscious to release tension, stabilize emotions, and create an inner sanctuary of tranquility that persists throughout the day. This nightly practice transforms your mental environment, making calmness an active and achievable state rather than a fleeting moment. The first step in nurturing peace is intentional preparation. Begin by setting aside a few moments before sleep to detach from daily distractions and obligations. Turn off screens, silence notifications, and create a quiet environment that signals your mind that it is time to relax. A calm setting allows affirmations to penetrate more deeply, as the subconscious becomes highly receptive when the conscious mind is still. This environment is essential for developing a steady, lasting sense of inner calm. Identify the sources of mental tension you carry into bed. These can be worries about the future, regrets from the past, or concerns about relationships and responsibilities. Acknowledge them briefly without judgment, and then consciously decide to release them into the night. By separating these thoughts from your intentional affirmations, you prevent mental clutter from interfering with the process. Calming affirmations function best when the mind is free from competing distractions and tension. Choose affirmations that are simple, clear, and focused on emotional stability. Examples include statements such as, "I release all tension and welcome calm, my mind is peaceful and steady, and I am safe, centered, and at ease." The language should feel natural and believable, allowing the subconscious to accept the messages fully. Repeating these affirmations slowly and with intent allows them to sink beneath the surface of conscious thought, embedding a sense of calm that guides your emotions even as you sleep. Visualization enhances the effectiveness of affirmations. As you repeat your calming statements, imagine a wave of tranquility moving through your body, releasing stress from your mind, muscles, and emotions. Picture the areas of tension dissolving and being replaced by warmth, comfort, and serenity. Your subconscious mind processes these images and integrates them, creating patterns of emotional stability that carry over into waking life. Focus on your breath while practicing affirmations. Deep, steady breaths reinforce relaxation and signal to your nervous system that it is safe to let go of tension. Inhaling slowly and exhaling fully aligns your body with your mind, creating harmony that amplifies the effect of the affirmations. This coordination of thought and physical state strengthens the subconscious connection to peace, making calmness more accessible in daily challenges. Nightly repetition is essential for building lasting results. One session may bring temporary relief, but consistent practice ensures that the subconscious internalizes these affirmations as default thought patterns. Over weeks and months, your mind learns to anticipate calmness at bedtime, reducing nighttime anxiety and promoting a sense of balance that continues throughout the day. This consistency transforms sleep into a tool for emotional mastery. Acknowledging positive moments from the day complements affirmations. Before sleep, recall experiences that brought joy, satisfaction, or achievement. Reflecting on these moments reinforces a sense of stability and gratitude, creating a mental environment where calmness naturally flourishes. The combination of positive reflection and deliberate affirmations strengthens the mind's ability to maintain peace even in the face of stresses or unexpected challenges. The subconscious mind is most receptive during the transition to sleep, making this the optimal time to plant ideas of tranquility. When affirmations are paired with relaxation, visualization, and breath control, the mind begins to internalize calmness as a habitual state. Over time, even stressful situations trigger less reactive responses because your subconscious has been trained to maintain composure, balance, and perspective. Nightly practice also enhances emotional resilience. A peaceful mind is better equipped to handle setbacks, conflicts, and uncertainty. By establishing calm as the baseline state through affirmations, you reduce emotional volatility and increase mental clarity. Challenges are approached with steadiness rather than impulsiveness, allowing decisions to be guided by reason, intuition, and experience rather than reactive stress or anxiety. Your environment reinforces the process. A comfortable bed, soft lighting, and a quiet atmosphere all signal to your mind that it is time to focus inward and release tension. Minimizing distractions prevents mental interruptions and supports deeper engagement with affirmations. A stable environment ensures that the subconscious receives clear, uninterrupted signals that enhance the cultivation of inner peace. Emotionally engaging with affirmations is critical. Feel the calm you are stating rather than repeating words mechanically. Allow your body to respond naturally to the sense of safety, steadiness, and relaxation. Emotional connection amplifies the subconscious impact of affirmations, embedding a deep, lasting sense of peace that influences thought patterns, behaviors, and emotional responses throughout the day. Consistency allows cumulative transformation. Each night, repeated affirmations, visualization and reflection gradually reprogram the mind, reducing overthinking, anxiety and restlessness. Your subconscious begins to anticipate peace at bedtime, making it easier to fall asleep and stay in a restorative state. This preparation carries forward into waking hours, shaping responses to stress, enhancing focus, and fostering clarity of thought. Over time, the practice creates a mental sanctuary, accessible at will. You develop the ability to return to calmness whenever tension arises. The subconscious learns that peace is achievable and sustainable, reinforcing stability and emotional balance. By committing to nightly affirmations, you not only improve your sleep quality, but also cultivate a daily mindset rooted in serenity, awareness, and clarity. Affirmations also improve self-regulation. As the mind internalizes messages of calmness, you become more aware of emotional triggers and more capable of responding with composure. The subconscious begins to mediate reactions, preventing impulsive responses and promoting thoughtful behavior. This control over emotional states enhances relationships, work performance, and personal well-being. Each night presents an opportunity to deepen this skill. Focus, breathe, reflect, visualize, and repeat affirmations that support calmness. Over time, peace becomes not just a nightly experience, but a defining feature of your character. The mind, trained consistently, transforms stress into acceptance, turbulence into stability, and chaos into clarity. By nurturing peace of mind nightly through calming sleep affirmations, you build a foundation for emotional resilience, mental clarity, and sustained well-being. The practice turns sleep into an active process of personal growth, allowing the subconscious to guide your emotional state, enhance focus, and reinforce stability. Night after night, tranquility becomes a natural automatic response, shaping your life into one of consistent calm, clarity, and inner strength. Chapter 20. Transform daily actions by shaping thoughts while sleeping. Every action you take tomorrow is shaped by the thoughts you cultivate tonight, and training your mind while you sleep allows you to transform daily behavior effortlessly and intentionally. Sleep is not simply a period of rest for the body. It is a time when the subconscious mind is highly receptive, capable of absorbing patterns, reinforcing habits, and organizing experiences in ways that influence waking actions. By consciously directing your thoughts before sleep, you prepare your mind to act with purpose, discipline, and clarity without forcing effort during the day. Visualization enhances this process. Imagine yourself performing the actions you wish to strengthen. Picture the sequence of events, your reactions, and the results of your efforts. Experience the feelings associated with successfully completing these actions: satisfaction, confidence, and focus. Repeated mental rehearsal during the transition to sleep allows your subconscious to internalize the behaviors, turning them into instinctive responses. This practice bridges the gap between intention and action, making purposeful behavior easier and more natural. Your physical and mental environment supports this transformation. Create a calm, quiet space where your mind can focus without distraction. Dimming lights, maintaining a comfortable temperature, and limiting external interruptions signal to your brain that it is time to concentrate on internal programming. Relaxing your body through deep breathing, gentle stretching, or progressive muscle relaxation enhances receptivity, allowing the subconscious to fully absorb your intentional thoughts and visualizations. Reflection before sleep is another critical component. Review your day and acknowledge moments where your actions aligned with your goals and areas where improvement is needed. Be honest but compassionate with yourself, understanding that reflection is a tool for growth rather than self-criticism. Combining reflection with affirmations allows your mind to reinforce positive behaviors while recalibrating areas requiring attention. This dual approach trains your subconscious to support conscious effort with practical guidance. Consistency is vital for lasting transformation. Repeated nightly practice ensures that the subconscious receives steady reinforcement of desired behaviors, gradually reshaping automatic responses. Over time, you will notice actions that previously required effort now emerge naturally and effortlessly. This consistency creates a cycle of reinforcement where intentional sleep programming drives daily behavior, and daily behavior reinforces the effectiveness of nightly training. The emotions you engage while performing affirmations and visualizations amplify results. Feel the confidence, determination and clarity you wish to embody. Emotional engagement strengthens neural pathways, embedding behaviors more deeply into your subconscious. The mind links positive emotions with specific actions, increasing motivation and reducing resistance to implementing new habits. By nurturing this emotional connection during sleep preparation, you align your intentions with both thought and feeling, creating holistic behavioral change. Your subconscious also absorbs indirect cues from your environment. Surround yourself with subtle reminders of your intentions, such as journals, notes, or gentle audio prompts that reinforce your goals. These signals enhance your nightly training, ensuring that your mind continuously receives coherent instructions aligned with the actions you wish to perform. The combination of intentional thought, visualization, emotional engagement, and environmental support maximizes the subconscious impact. As your mind internalizes this process, decision-making becomes more aligned with long-term objectives. Impulse reactions, indecision, and procrastination decrease because your subconscious has already rehearsed and reinforced the preferred behaviors. You act with confidence and clarity because your mind has been programmed to recognize the most effective path and guide your choices towards success. This internal guidance reduces wasted effort and enhances productivity across personal and professional areas of life. The training also cultivates resilience. Challenges and unexpected events will inevitably arise, but a mind trained nightly to reinforce deliberate actions responds with composure and adaptability. You find solutions more quickly, maintain focus despite distractions, and persist in the face of obstacles. By shaping your subconscious, you ensure that your behavioral responses are proactive and constructive, rather than reactive or erratic. Every night offers an opportunity to refine this practice. Dedicate time to focus, reflect, affirm, visualize, and emotionally engage with your intended actions. This deliberate preparation allows your mind to consolidate skills, habits, and behaviors during a period when it is most receptive. Each session strengthens the connection between subconscious guidance and conscious execution, creating momentum that carries into every waking hour. The cumulative effect of nightly programming is transformative. Daily actions become increasingly aligned with your goals, effortless and consistent. The mind learns to anticipate desired behaviors, recognize opportunities for effective action, and implement strategies without hesitation. Over weeks and months, the repetition creates a powerful feedback loop where intentional thoughts during sleep directly shape productive, meaningful, and goal-oriented behavior in everyday life. This practice extends beyond efficiency. It influences character, relationships, and overall life satisfaction. A mind trained to guide behavior fosters self-discipline, reliability, and integrity. Actions become consistent with values and intentions, strengthening personal confidence and credibility. Positive routines established through subconscious training enhance every area of life, allowing purposeful behavior to flourish naturally. The process is practical, actionable, and accessible, No special equipment or external resources are required beyond commitment, clarity, and intentionality. Each night, as you prepare for rest, focus your mind on the actions you wish to reinforce. Visualize successful execution, affirm your capabilities, and cultivate the emotional state associated with achievement. With regular practice, your subconscious will internalize these patterns, transforming your waking behavior into consistent, intentional, and effective actions. By shaping your thoughts while sleeping, you gain control over the foundation of your daily behavior. Actions that once required effort, motivation, and conscious reminders become instinctive and efficient. The alignment between subconscious training and conscious action produces results that are measurable, sustainable, and deeply satisfying. Nightly preparation empowers you to start each day with focus, clarity, and the confidence that your behavior will reflect your highest intentions. The final key is dedication. Nightly practice requires patience, attention, and repetition, but the rewards are profound. Over time, the subconscious becomes a reliable partner in personal growth, directing daily actions toward achievement, consistency, and meaningful progress. By committing to this process, you transform sleep into a tool of development, ensuring that each thought you cultivate tonight actively shapes a more productive, intentional, and successful tomorrow.